The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Name the band. Come on.
Is it the Kinks?
It is the Kinks, but listen.
Is it the Kinks being an 80s American rock
No,
band?
it's the Kinks in about 1970, 71. Listen, the beginning he sounds like T-Rex. Listen, he sounds like T-Rex. And then he does the voice. He does Mark Bolan's voice. Listen. Sounds like T-Rex, doesn't it? I love this song. I've heard it before, but I'm listening to a lot of Kinks. I'm listening to a 5-disc set of the Kinks live at the BBC. Oh, it's bloody brilliant. And this keeps popping up, and I can't stop. I'm King Kong. I've got a hydrogen bomb. What the hell are you talking about, Ray? Wonderful, wonderful song. Good evening, dear listener. Welcome to the Late Night Alternative. My name is Iain Lee. Her name is Catherine Boyle.
It is.
We've got James answering the phones this evening. 0344 499 1000. Coming up after midnight, you'll get to hear what happened when I went and hung out, not literally, although it could be appropriate, with the cast of the new 50th anniversary production of Hair, the musical. You'll hear them. Here's the thing. We got an exclusive. Oh, but yeah, by the way, we've got an exclusive. You're going to hear them singing a song that has never been performed in a production of Hair before, and is being performed in this production. And I got a recording of it, much to the chagrin of the musical director, who was a little little bit tense. Well, we've just learnt it. Yeah, do you mind if Iain records it? Well, we're just learning it, actually. So, OK, and you stand here. It was tense. But got to meet some brilliant people. Rightfully so. He was being protective of his cast and his thing. The wonderful director, amazing cast. The kids. They're just kids in there. They'll hate me for saying that. And by kids, I mean they're in their very early 20s. And they're all slim and they're all beautiful and they can all sing. And here's the thing. It's one thing watching a group of 30 youngsters, God, I'm old, sat in a semicircle singing. But then when they got up and started dancing and the singing sounded even better, man, it makes you sick. It makes you sick. I think you're going to enjoy it. I've kind of had a massive fanboy experience. I mean, the first 6 minutes is me wandering around. That's in it, isn't it? Me wandering around.
Oh, yeah.
No, OK, not been able to find it.
Yeah. I thought that was integral to the plot.
That's the gold. So we'll have that after midnight. I think you'll enjoy that. I have had such a thrilling day today. So I finally managed to track down this author, Johnny Rogan, right, who's written some brilliant books. He's written 3 books about the birds. The latest 2 run at 1,200 pages each. He wrote a brilliant book about Ray Davies called A Complicated Life. And I wanted to meet him and interview him and chat to him. You type his name into Google. Go on, you see if you can find anything. Newshound Catherine Boyle turned up blanks. Didn't you? Couldn't find him.
Because the only clue was the publisher. Normally I go through the publisher, but he is the publisher.
Kind of. So I found 2 ins. I found this obscure birds fan page where there was an interview, and I emailed that guy, but I never heard back from him. And then I found an email for an Australian publisher that he'd had some sort of dealings with about 10 years ago, and I emailed them, and they put me in touch with someone else who put me in touch with a young lady called Anna, and she said, oh yeah, Johnny hasn't got a mobile phone, hardly ever uses email, this could be tricky to arrange. But I'm so glad we did. First of all, we met in a pub, and I haven't been in a pub I don't think I've been in a pub for years, right? I'm not a drinker. So, and this was like an old pub in Pimlico. Really nice pub. But I went in there, and I was a bit early, so I was kind of sat there sipping my orange juice and lemonade. And then this fellow walks in, and he goes, Iain? I said, Johnny? Yeah. And so we did the interview, and we'll play it next week, I think, right? And we chatted for about 45 minutes, and I thought he was getting tired, right? I thought he was, I could feel him kind of backing away from the interview bit. So we kind of finished up. Then we sat there for another hour, gassing away about the Kinks, about Morrissey sending him a death threat. He was telling me all kinds of wonderful stories about David Crosby. He said when he interviewed David Crosby said to him, listen, out of all the birds, I'm the effing best. And you know I'm the effing best.
Wow.
It's brilliant. And he talks about we talked about Roger McGuinn. And I said, well, we had Roger McGuinn on the show. And I'm going to be honest, it was a tough old interview, not because he was rude. Or, if he'd been rude, perhaps it would have been better. He was just monosyllabic in his answers. It was all yes nos, even to questions that didn't really warrant a yes no answer. And he told me, I've got to look up a book as well. He told me about. He told me that he's interviewed Roger many, many times, and now that Roger is a born-again Christian, it's a slightly tougher interview. But he says he interviewed him in Hollywood in 1976 while Mr. McGuinn was high on cocaine. And boy, oh boy, was that a different experience. Then he told me about Roger's ex-wife, who's self-published a book about her marriage to Roger McGuinn, which I've got to track that down. And then we were just trading stories. He was blown away that we'd had Mike Nesmith on. Was his he was sat in his chair. He staggered back when I told him we'd had Jill Gibson on. Now, some of you may remember the Jill Gibson interview. She was the young lady who was a girlfriend of Jan Berry from Jan and Dean, then was going out with Lou Adler, who we also had on the show, and she was in the Mamas and Papas for 6 months with Michelle Phillips, because he said, I've interviewed Michelle Phillips. I went, we've had Jill Gibson. And he sat back and went, how did you get hold of her? How did you get her to agree to do it? And I said, well, I've got a very persuasive producer, and I think maybe because she's a woman that sometimes makes it slightly easier to get interviews with certain people. And we kind of got her on the right day. And all it takes for these people is that email to come through at the right moment, the right time, the right day for them to go, do you know what? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that next week. And that's it. And he was blown away by it. So we were there, and we were walking out of the pub after 2 hours, and I had to go off to the BBC to record something for IPM. Me, on IPM, reading out people's headlines. I couldn't believe it. And we're walking, and I kept saying, Johnny, I've really got to go. And of course, I didn't want to go, because this guy has met all of my heroes. He's met the Kinks. He's met all of the Birds. And, it was wonderful. So we're going to play that next week, right? And also he's friends with Mark Lewisham, who we're going to play as well, who's getting a lot of authors at the moment, including Catherine and I went and saw, for free, £1 booking fee per ticket. So for £2, we went and saw a screening in the bar of a cinema, Genesis Cinema in Whitechapel, of my second favourite film of all time, Dog Day Afternoon, starring Al Pacino. Now, you've got your Godfathers, you've got your, what's the one? Say hello to my little friends.
Scarface.
You got your Scarface. You've got your, the Smells of a Lady. You've got the classics, right? But the thing is, Dog Day Afternoon gets totally overlooked in his canon. And I saw it. I remember I taped it on the telly when I was about 14 years old. And I had never seen anything like it. And I haven't seen it for a few years, and I was going to watch it recently because I thought, well, I've not seen it for a while, I'll be up for that. And I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, because we went and saw it in a shared experience. There were about 40 other people there. I got there early, bagged us a sofa in the second row. We ordered pie and mash.
Delicious.
And not classic pie and mash. There was no liquor, but it was a steak pie, and it was with mash, and it was wonderful. And it was incredible. And you've never seen the film.
No.
What did you think?
All the way through, I was thinking, what is this film? Is this a comedy? Yeah, like a dark comedy? Is it? That is a film that's going to stay with me forever.
Isn't it? And I'd forgotten how funny it was. The first hour, it's bare laughs. People, and
just from the moment spoiler alert, we're going to talk about this in some detail.
Oh, God, yes. I mean, it's a 40-year-old film. I think we're allowed to...
41.
There we go. Thank you.
He goes into the bank, and he's got this really... You can tell he's got a shotgun in a box, a gift box.
Yeah.
And he's got a big blue ribbon on it and everything. And so he walks in with this awkward-looking parcel. You know what's going to happen. And the moment comes for him to get the gun out of the box, and the way he fumbles it, and the ribbon's still tied around a little bit around the shotgun, and he's like trying, and you just think, oh God, this is not going to end well.
And do you know what? If I were writing a dissertation on that film, I would say that was the point that point signposts the rest of the movie.
Because I mean, if you're going to get artsy-fartsy about it, the entanglement, and that's what this film's all about: being tied up,
God.
being and being locked into situations.
What was interesting as well was people were laughing at bits that when I'd seen it on my own, I thought were inherently sad. Like when he says to his partner Sal, he says, "Right, we're going to go. Listen, we're doing a bank robbery. They're going to sort us out a jet. We can go anywhere in the world. What country do you want to go to?" And Sal says, "I want to go to Wyoming." And Al Pacino's like, "But Wyoming isn't a different country. Don't worry." And I remember watching that and thinking, oh, that's really sad, because you kind of get the idea that either Sal has some kind of learning difficulty, or he's just dumb. He's just dumb.
Or his horizons are really narrow.
Yeah. And he got a big laugh there. But it was great. And then, God, it's over 2 hours. We'll start the show in a minute. Several things come of it. First of all, I got this brilliant book which I bought there, and I'd seen it downstairs in the Virgin office. Al Pacino, The Movies Behind the Man, by a bloke called Mark Searby, Searby, right? And he was there, and he was going to do a Q&A afterwards. And I went straight up to him at the start and I said, "I'm really sorry, Mark. I'm going to buy your book now. That's happening, but." We've got to go before the Q&A because we've got to go and do a radio show. And then we got chatting, and I thought, oh, he seems like that. I said, look, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to read your book, and if it's not pony, I'd like you to come on the show one day. And he's like, fine. So he's going to come on. We're going to get him on the show. And he was a really nice bloke, and I'm really gutted that I missed the Q&A. But then I was tweeting about it, and someone replied, "Oh, I've had Dog Day Afternoon on DVD for years. I've never watched it." And I have got not so many now. Maybe I haven't got. Oh no, I have got a few. Not so many, because I had a big clear out of DVDs recently. But I've got loads of DVDs that I've had for 10 years that I've never I've never watched. Not so many. I had about 30 of them, and I had a big clear out, and I was quite strict and thought, well, if I've not watched it if I've not watched it in 10 years, it's going. But
are they still in the wrappers?
Some of them are still in the wrappers. Yeah, some of them are still in the wrappers.
That's always guilt-inducing, isn't it?
Yeah. For years, I mean, the first DVD I ever bought was Citizen Kane. Because I was being pretentious. It cost like $29.99 or something. It cost, isn't it funny, though? You give it away with the Daily Mail. Huh? So, phone in. 0344 499 1000. What are we going to talk about? DVDs, CDs, games that you've got that are still in the wrapper, and they've been in that wrapper for over, let's say for over 4 years. I think that's a good thing. Because if you've had it, 4 or 5 years or more, if you've had it for 4 years and it's still in that wrapper, you ain't never going to play that game. You ain't never going to watch that movie. You're never going to listen to that CD. It's just not going to happen. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Slow films. I know we talked about the rabbit hole, but one of the things about Dog Day Afternoon is slow and it is tedious, punctuated by really fast moments of activity and then slowness again. And that's no music in it as well. Not apart from the Elton John song at the start, not one bit of incidental music going on at all.
And I'd never heard that Elton John song before.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good one, though.
It's old school Elton.
0344 499 1000. And you can call in about absolutely anything you want. I'm going to be honest. We didn't get into the building until less than 30 minutes ago. So pretty thin on the ground on prep for the show this evening. But boy, oh boy, we've got life and we've got experiences and we are prepared to share them with you. 0344 499 1000. The late night alternative with me, Iain Lee. Her Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
We're just going through our diaries for guests. Boy, oh boy, could indulge us? We'll take some calls. We've got Alan and Phillip in Gatford. Don't worry, 0344 499 1000. We've got some cracking guests coming up. Let me get to the right place in my diary. So we've got Mark Lewison. Which I've got on. We've got. We'll play that next week. We've got Johnny Rogan, which I've got. We've got a brilliant author whose name escapes me. Schindler. His last name was
Colin Schindler.
Colin Schindler, who's got compiled this brilliant book of letters of complaint to the BBC. Oh, it's funny. It's loads of letters from the 1940s to BBC Radio complaining about the use of the word blast. Oh, it's fun. If anyone can explain, because we couldn't work it out, why is blast considered offensive? It's got to be a religious thing, isn't it? Like God blimey. So we've got them. They're in the can. They're happening tonight. We got hair. Next week I'm going to Mike Stock's house from Stock Aitken and Waterman. Oh, what a thrill! Next Friday, I'm meeting up with Robin Asquith. Of all people to hang... Yeah, oh yes, Robin Asquith. I got an hour's company with Robin Asquith I'm having. So that's going to be out next Friday. And Loudon Wainwright III is coming on. We've just had confirmation. Loudon Wainwright III. His book is an absolute joy. I tore through that book in a couple of days. It was one of those ones where I had to keep putting it down because I didn't want to get through it so quickly. And also Jim Dale's coming back on. So we've got
Peter Hook.
Oh, Peter Hook's coming on as well. We got some cracking stuff coming up for you. Phillip in South Norwood.
Good evening, Iain.
Good evening, Phil.
Hey, I want to see if any of the listeners tonight were in Oxford Street today at about 2:00.
Oh, now, why? What happened? Was there an incident?
Well, no, I was going up to do my usual thing, which I do on a Thursday.
Yes.
And I had my lunch in Charing Cross Road, and I went down Oxford Street, and I could hear this guitar being played.
Yes.
And in the doorway was this young lady playing a guitar in the style of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
I love rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Yeah. That's a great song.
Standing in the doorway, I've got to describe how she looked. She's got this short skirt on.
Oh, hello. This is why you took notice.
No. I knew what Joan looked like when she played, you see.
Yes.
And she's got suspenders, stockings, and obviously playing it because there's no recording stuff around. She's just got the amplifier.
Yes.
And honestly, it was amazing. I stood there and listened. There was a guy he's got his phone out. He's photographing her.
Yes.
And when she stopped, he spoke to her. Yeah. I went over and made a donation.
Of what? Money?
Well, I gave her £1.
You left a deposit?
I paid £1. And it was brilliant. I just wish I could have had... I just wonder, were there any of the other talk radio listeners who were in London today?
Wowzers.
Were they in Oxford Street, and did they see...
Did she not have a little... Because quite often these buskers now will have a little card that says, you can follow me on Instagram.
No, I didn't see... I know what you're talking about. Some of them also have CDs.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't buy their CDs. Oh. They're usually rubbish.
Well, it was funny because if she wasn't singing, she was just playing the guitar.
Yeah.
And if she had sung, because there's a song of Joan Jett's I love, and I'd love to have done a duet with her, the theme from the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Joan Jett did the theme from the Mary...
Yes.
She didn't do it originally.
Oh, no. She did her version of it, and it's the greatest rock and... Oh, Love Is All Around, I think it's called.
Hang on a second. Catherine, can we put in a bid for Joan Jett? That's one of those ones that could go either way. You never know.
Let's see.
Joan Jett would be a great guest. I don't know how does the Mary Tyler... Can you sing it, Philip?
Love is all around, only to... Wait, it's the...
No, you can't.
Sorry, it's the theme song that was used for her television programme when she went to work for Ed Asner.
I remember the show, but it was... I don't remember the theme tune.
Well, it was very gentle, Ian. It was very gentle until Joan Jett got hold of it.
Oh.
And it's... Well, I didn't know she'd done it, and I found out about it, and I was watching an interview with Joan Jett the other night on YouTube, and she was on with David Letterman.
Yeah.
And she sings I Love Rock and Roll on his show. Oh, I think she's fantastic. I've always liked her.
We're going to get her Joan Jett on the show, and you can leave another deposit.
Can I just one more quick thing?
Of course you can, Phil. Go on.
You mentioned about Dog Day Afternoon.
Oh, yes.
I was having a look to see who was in it, and I spotted a couple of actors.
Go on.
Really great ones. Charles Durning, who was Durning, rather, I should say, and he was in he won an Oscar for his performance in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah.
With Dolly Parton.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. He played the governor.
Okay, so is he the bank manager in Dog Day Afternoon, or is he the cop?
I'm not sure. I've got these things here. Let me have a look at which got me.
Is that because
first cop, isn't it?
Is he? Because is the cop the guy that falls in love with Tootsie?
Oh, he plays.
Or am I thinking of
the sergeant?
Right. Yeah.
Detective Sergeant Eugene.
Yeah. Well, is he the guy that falls in love with Tootsie?
I don't know to say. I've not seen it.
Well, hang on. But you've seen Tootsie, yeah?
Oh, yes, Tootsie.
Who falls in love with Tootsie?
I think you could be right. I wouldn't like to stake my reputation.
I want you to put your reputation on the line one way or the other, Philip. Yes or no? Is he the guy that falls in love with Tootsie?
Yes, say yes. Let's say yes.
All right, then. There we go. That's a definitive.
The other person
He's gone definitive, yeah.
Have you ever seen that great film Car Wash?
Do you know, I remember watching Car Wash when I was a student, because you could buy it on video for $2.99, and I couldn't sit through it.
Well, there's a guy in the Dog Day, plays the character of Mulvaney.
Yes.
And it's Sully Boyer. Now, Sully Boyer was the manager of the Car Wash.
Well, there you go.
He was the guy who...
Mulvaney was the bank manager, right. Yeah. There we go.
Oh,
yeah.
Good. Well, the cast is great, wasn't it? I mean, the people, I want to see it, you know.
Go, Philip, go and see it. If listen, thank you, Philip. If you've never seen Dog Day Afternoon, dear listener, oh man, it is absolutely fantastic. What a movie. What a movie. Still my second favourite, but it was nudging number one for a while. Let's go to Gatford. Good evening, Gatford.
I have a question. I need to know what it is that Philip does every Thursday in Oxford Street.
He looks for young ladies wearing short skirts and stockings and suspenders.
Ah, fair enough.
There we go.
Yeah, no, you've answered that question perfectly. I don't personally keep DVDs and things in wrappers, and don't watch them.
Yeah.
But my mother has a habit of this.
Yeah.
She says to me, around birthdays and Christmas, I would really like that.
Yeah.
And the one I can remember specifically is when Moonlighting came out on the video.
Oh.
And she was like, oh, yeah, I really want it. And it never once came out of the wrapper.
Moonlighting, and I was a little bit too young for Moonlighting. I remember they did a musical episode and they did a Taming of the Shrew episode.
Oh, right.
But I think I tried to watch some Moonlighting a couple of years ago. Man, it was a yawn fest.
Well, it was of its time, I think.
I think it was very, very much of its time. By the way, William G. Stewart, some of you suckers, who's passed away, some of you suckers will know him from 15 to 1. Of course, I remember him as the director of Love Thy Neighbour. There we go. There we go.
And she doesn't like sad films, yet she got me to buy things like Les Mis and...
No, Les Mis isn't a sad film, it's a crap film. Hey, I tell you what I fancy watching. I'm not seeing it for 23 years. Go on.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Platoon.
No, you're talking about sad films.
Oh, okay. Platoon, fairly.
The saddest movie...
The Deer Hunter.
No. It's the saddest movie of all time.
Oh, not the one about the boxer and his son.
Beaches. Oh, God.
Come on.
Oh,
I don't think I could watch that at the moment.
Oh, God, Beaches. I remember watching that. Me and two of my mates, we had a bottle of scotch and we had Beaches on. Oh, we were in floods of tears. Oh, yeah.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
Yes, I did, Catherine. You mention it every bloody day. You weren't moved by Beaches then, Gatford?
No.
Then I'm cutting you off.
Soul.
No soul. Yeah, how could you not be moved by Beaches? What a movie. What a movie. How great is Bette Midler, huh? How great is she?
Have you watched Cinema Paradiso yet?
Let's take a break.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
Dog Day Afternoon, of course, very much, even though it was made in 1976, I think, very much capturing today's zeitgeist with its themes of transgender issues. The central pivot in the plot, and it's based on a true story, is I've just had an incredible thought, and Google exists in this show tonight because I've just had a thought. The central pivot point of the entire movie is transgender issues. Mm-hmm. I wonder if the guy that it's based on is still alive. He served 20 years, so he'd have been out mid-90s. I wonder if he's still alive.
Are you sure it's really based on a true story?
Oh, it's not like Fargo. It's not a Fargo, where Fargo, the following movie is based on true events. No, it's not. They just put that on to give it a bit of credence. No, it's based on a true story, but based on a real robbery. Is he still alive?
Let me see. John Stanley
Fletcher.
Vodchevich?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Let me see if I can find him.
No.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
No, he's dead.
Hey, when did he die?
2006.
Okay, is Leon still alive? Leon changed...
Well, Leon's not Leon anymore, is he?
No, Leon is
a woman.
And has changed her name. They gave the name at the end of the film, so it's no great secret. I'm sure you could... They
didn't give the name. They said he's now a woman.
No, they gave the name. The name came up. Her name came up. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Good evening, Alan.
Good evening, Kath.
Evening, Alan.
It's a sad day in Birmingham.
What? Hang on a second, Alan. Yes.
Elizabeth Debbie Eden.
Yes. Passed away. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Oh, that's a shame. Why is it a sad day in Alan? In Birmingham? Oh, Jesus, I can't speak. Why is it a sad day in Birmingham, Ella?
Because one of ATV/Central's greatest producers have died.
Well, William G. Stewart, yeah.
He produced Family Fortunes and The Price is Right.
Wowzers, that guy had his finger in many, many pies.
Yeah, because I was watching an old episode of The Price is Right on YouTube.
Why?
And William G. Stewart was the warm-up.
Why were you watching an old episode of The Price is What with Leslie Crowther? Come on down!
Yeah.
By the way, that is not a bad... Just to take that off the top of my... That is not a bad Leslie Crowther. Hang on a minute. I'm going to do it. I need a bit of card, because he always had a bit of card, didn't he? That you read the names from. Hang on. Alan Caddick, come on down!
All right.
He's giggling. Someone's tickling. Oh man, those dullards that I always felt sorry for the sad sack that got called down for the last game because the odds were stacked against him. Hang on, here we go. Hang on a second. Here we go. Stop some of this. Stop breathing so heavily. Here we go. High quality audio.
Exciting family game show. The Price is Right.
First ever episode.
That's right.
Here we go.
Here's your host, Leslie Crowther.
I'm Leslie Crowther. Come on down. Look at him. Ah, I miss Les.
A true legend.
Here we go.
Wendy Partridge. Come on down.
Do you know what? The next hour we're just going to play this out. Now I understand why Alan was watching it, because it's bloody brilliant.
This is the Winner Radio Award.
Here we go. Look how frumpy everyone's dressed. 1984.
Well, as we know, the 80s were like the 70s,
Yeah.
and the 90s were like the 80s.
Derek Gill. Come on down. You are our first four contestants on The Price is Right.
Oh, I like that. I mean, I love a bit of Leslie
You know the
Crowther.
music that for the contestants, but the being to be American version of Family Fortunes, which was Family Feud.
Was it really, Alan? That's got to be the dullest thing you've ever told us.
Bit of a connecting fact with Family Fortunes and Price is Right, William G. Stewart.
Who was... Okay, here's a question, and there's only one answer to this. Who's the best host of Family Fortunes?
Les Dennis.
Get out of town! Catherine, who's the best host of Family Fortunes?
I can't remember who they are.
Bob Monkhouse, Max Byways, Les Dennis, Andy Collins, Vernon Kay.
Right, I'm going to ask the question again, right? There's only one answer to this, okay? Alan, who was the best host of Family Fortunes?
I'll go for the governor, Bob Monkhouse.
He's absolutely correct. I tell you why, but Monkhouse had it and Crowther had it, right? And I'm going to say something, and it's going to sound like a dig, and it's not. They were quite smarmy.
Yeah, a bit cheesy.
No, I think because I was going to say slick, and I've deliberately chosen the word smarmy, and by smarmy I mean a little bit oily, and that's that kind of smile. So I don't know, it's not even cheese, because I would say Les Dennis was cheesy, but Bob Monkhouse and Leslie Crowther were smarmy, and I miss that in game show hosts, because now game show hosts, hello mate, I'm your mate, no.
It's all about them, actually, these days.
I want a double glazing salesman.
I've got another select game show host for you.
Yeah?
The late, great Ted Rogers.
He was just incompetent, wasn't he?
Well, he had a dustbin for a sidekick.
Hang on a second, so do I. Go on, Kath.
Going back to the smarmy thing.
Yes?
I agree, because it's a bit like you're playing a game show in hell with the devil. Like, there's a temptation element there, and he's not on your side, but he's pretending he is.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to. Imagine if we could go, right, well, thanks, Alan. Coming up next, we got Bob Monkhouse on the phone. Evening, Bob. How you doing, mate?
I spoke to him once.
Did you really?
Yeah, I lied to him.
Go on.
I went to... He had a disabled son.
Yeah.
And so he supported one of the local charities, and we...
Oh, I think you've told me this.
Yeah, my
This is
choir
great.
was singing in these lovely sort of park thing. They had like a sort of tea party in the grounds of some lovely house, and he and his wife were there, and my friend Jackie said to me, "Go and get his autograph."
Yeah.
Oh, no, you go and get it. No, you go and get it. I don't dare talk to him. You go and talk to him. Get his autograph for me. So I went over and I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Monkhouse, could I possibly have your autograph?" "Of course you can, my dear." And he, took the pen and everything. "What's your name, please?" And I went, and I didn't want to do that thing of saying, "It's not for me, it's for my friend," because I think that's a little bit of a dig.
Yeah.
So it's Jackie, right? He went, "Oh, Jackie," called his wife over.
Oh, no.
"Here's my wife, she's called Jackie."
Oh, no.
And we had this conversation based on
About
me being called
Jackies.
Jackie, and I felt
like-
like such a fraud. But what a lovely man.
A little bit like #birthday buddies, but Tony has tweeted him, smarmy Simon Cowell. No, I would say Simon Cowell is smug. And there's a difference. It's only a Rizzler thickness difference, but there is a difference. I would say he is smug, whereas those two hosts that I've mentioned they're smarmy, and I don't mean that in any way in a rude way.
Bad way.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I'm giving it out as a compliment, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, something a little bit devilish.
Next week on the show, you're not going to believe this. I've been invited to his house. I'm going to be hanging out with Leslie Crowther for an hour. Imagine.
He died in 1996.
I know he did. He had a very, very nasty car crash, didn't he, in his roller?
Yeah, because he was supposed to started No Eyes, and he had an accident. That's when Matthew Kelly took over.
Was he going to be the Stars in Their Eyes host?
That would have worked.
He was the original host that started No Eyes.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I thought Cat Deeley wasn't appropriate for it, nor was Harry Hill. I thought they were inappropriate. Nor is
that host was Leslie Crowther and Matthew Kelly.
Nor is Paddy. He's not a very good
Paddy
host.
McGuinness?
He's not a very good host of it.
Well, it's not Stars in Their Eyes, technically, is it?
No,
it's professional tribute artists.
Legally, it's not Stars in Their Eyes. Like legally, I wasn't speaking to Bucks Fizz the other day, but technically, I was hanging out with Bucks Fizz. I'm going to Mike Stock's house next week. I'm so thrilled. So thrilled. And I really hope he's heard the interview with Bucks Fizz, because I really don't want to go there and have him think I'm going to wait for the sucker punch, But really, Mike, I think all of your songs are SH1T, because I hope he listened the other day, and I know he's been retweeting some stuff I've been tweeting, because genuine affection for the white British Berry Gordy of the 80s. Let's check Twitter in a second, see what they're saying. 0344 499 1000. We've got Simon, then we've got Jonathan. This is Talk Radio.
The late-night lip service for lovers, loners and lounge lizards.
Where exactly is your accent from?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I've forgotten your name already, excuse me.
On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000, asking what films have you got on DVD? Maybe even on VHS. They're still in their wrapper. Of course, here we go. We've got one from Rocky. Of course, Rocky's got Head, the Monkeys movie, and got given it as a birthday on Blu-ray last year. Still, of course you have, mate, because you ain't got a clue. You ain't got a flipping clue about nothing.
Unless that's another disc. Yet another disc.
Yeah, mate, he ain't got a clue. He wouldn't understand it. It's quite intelligent. Let's go to Simon. Good evening, Simon.
Is that the one and only 11 o'clock show's Iain Lee?
Yeah.
Listen, the reason I'm calling is because you were talking about game shows, yeah?
Yeah.
And you were talking about Family Fortunes.
Is this a quiz?
No. Do you ever recall, or did you ever see The Turkey Man?
Nope.
Right. If you look on YouTube, if you type into YouTube, Family Fortunes.
Yeah, he says turkey every single time.
That's right.
Yeah, I do remember that. Have you seen that, Kath? That is very, very funny. Oh, hang on a minute.
It's hilarious.
Hang on a minute. That's here we go. Look, it's the first thing that comes up. Here we go. It says, hang on.
Name something people take with them to the beach.
Turkey.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket.
Turkey.
A food often stuffed.
Turkey.
Yeah, that is nuts, isn't it? That is nuts. But the thing is, doing those quiz shows, I have been on quiz shows. I have won Mastermind, and I have won The Weakest Link, and I've won Ready Steady Cook. But being on those things, your brain turns to mush.
Well, I don't know, I've never been on one. I'd love to do one.
Well, why don't you go and do one then?
Well, you can't just walk in, can you? You've got to apply.
You've got to be bothered to send an email.
Well, I did apply for Deal or No Deal, but didn't hear anything
Maybe you're a
back.
bit too dull for it.
Maybe.
I would say definitely. Jeez, that was hard work, wasn't it? And I know it's my job to get the information out of everyone, but I felt like I was interrogating, a member of the RAF behind enemy lines there. It's getting nothing. Good evening, Jonathan.
Evening, Iain.
What you got for us, boss?
Well, I'd like, if that's okay with you and your listeners, I would like to share with you my disdain for Boris Johnson.
Okay, sure.
The man is really a crude egotist, a preening, pompous, opportunistic hypocrite. He is the Gordon Brown of the Tory party in that, like Gordon Brown, he has schemed for most of his political career to get the top job, only when to finally get it, he crumbles under the pressure and the responsibility of the role, and his psychological flaws come to the fore, which inevitably lead to defeat for the Tory party at the hands of a socially inadequate sociopath called Corbyn.
Are you reading this?
No, I'm reciting this off my head.
Okay, because you sound like that. You sound like one of those old dears that phones up BBC London at 2:00 in the morning and has got their little script and they read it and it's the dullest. All right, go on then. Inject some life into it because I'm digging this. Go on.
He will inevitably lose to that socially inadequate sociopath and his Stalinist puppet master John McDonnell.
Yes.
Anyone who thinks that Boris Johnson is a vote winner is sadly deluded. When he was mayor of London, he behaved more like the mayor of Pyongyang, wasting taxpayers' money on ridiculous white elephants.
I'd love a white elephant.
No practical purpose apart from massaging his already swollen ego.
Yes.
The only thing he's got going for him is his wife, who's a cross between the female protagonist from the Michael Dobbs novel First Lady and Hillary Clinton, in that she is prepared to forgive almost any infidelity just to get her hands on the levers of power.
Well, let's not dwell too much on his wife, because who knows, maybe she's hopelessly in love with him, and partners do forgive their other partners' infidelities, not necessarily because of power. But yes, I can't understand why everybody falls for the bumbling. Everyone falls for that and thinks he has the best interests of the country at heart. The only interests he has at heart are those of Boris Johnson. That's it. He's a self-serving SH1T.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at the other Conservative politicians who are being tipped as future leaders. Oh, it's incredibly fallow. It's so fallow that a refugee from 1842 is the clear front-runner.
Rees-Mogg?
Yes.
There we go. Refugee from 1842. That's actually quite a good line. You're on quite good form this evening.
Yeah, it's just that whenever I hear Boris Johnson, I just shudder. I groan. Oh, God, not him. The only other person who can see through Boris is Max Hastings. And that's because Boris used to work for Max.
Yes.
And Max knows what a terrible, terrible waste Boris is. He's got all these talents, but he's...
Hang on, Catherine's got...
I don't, forgive me, Jonathan, but I don't think it's just you and Max Hastings who've been saying this sort of thing about Boris Johnson. There's been quite a few dissenting voices.
There have been one or two.
What do people see in him? It's terrible.
I tell you what, there's a question.
The adoration reminds me of the way North Koreans venerate the Kim family.
I tell you what, because I know we can do the heavy and the light and the dark and the shade. Dear listener, what do you see in Boris Johnson? I can't imagine that many of my listeners to this show are fans of Boris, but you never know. What do you see in Boris Johnson?
I think quite a lot of people like the foppish thing and get taken in by the kind of jovial, jokey, boys will be boys kind of persona.
I just says it like he is. By saying it like he is, he threatens violence against people. That's what he is.
It's the same thing that's allowed Trump to get where he is.
Ian, if you take a picture of Gordon Brown and dye the hair blonde, he could pass for Boris Johnson.
Jonathan, I'm going to try that first thing tomorrow morning. Thank you very much indeed. Anything else you want to say?
They've cancelled Brexit.
What? Being distracted by the front page of the Daily Star, which is Saran Jones in stockings.
Right. Is that integral to the part, or is that just for fun? Oh, it's the Star, isn't it? That's porn for cowards.
No, she's taken that. She's had that picture taken. She's sanctioned that picture. She's given it the thumbs up, and I'm giving it 2 thumbs up.
That's not a thumb.
Oh, don't be vulgar, mate. I like Saran Jones. She's one of Britain's greatest actors.
I've interviewed her.
I've interviewed her as well. Did you interview her on TV or radio?
Radio.
I did it on TV. I'm one better.
You win.
I've not looked at the papers. Oh, but there was a story that I wanted to talk about, but I can't, for the life of me, think what it was, so I can't do it.
If only you had Jonathan's powers of recall.
Baby!
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I did have a thing, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. So we'll have a little look through the newspapers, shall we? Oh, here we go. Listen to this.
Hip, hip, hip.
A holidaymaker was stuck. Let's do a Nick Abbott show for the evening, shall we?
Prove it.
I will.
Find me on boy.
I will do after this. A holidaymaker was stunned when he spotted a can of Stella Artois lager in a plane's flight deck. There's the picture. Look. Can of Stella. But then there's someone in there. No, but then there's Steve Lewis saw the booze next to the pilot after the cockpit door was opened when the plane landed.
George, you're a fanny.
Steady. The 59-year-old took a snap and sent it to airline bosses, who he claims first told him it was not one of their flights. But they later claimed the can had been handed to a member of cabin crew by a customer. What is going on with planes at the moment? Ryanair. Flipping heck, man. I'm enjoying watching that. I've never used Ryanair. I never would use Ryanair. But I'm enjoying watching that collapse around that absolute idiot that runs it. Jeez, we got the rotors wrong. So we've got no pilots. 50 flights a day we're cancelling. People finding out the night before by email. Wow. Steve was flying from Alicante, Spain, to Birmingham on Monday when he spotted the mystery tin. He said the plane had landed and the seatbelt light came on. I tell you another thing I liked about Dog Day Afternoon was when they had cans of fizzy pop. I like the old cans, Tab and stuff like that.
They were straight, weren't they, rather than curved?
Yeah, I like that. Remember the first time? Do you remember the first? Because before Coke cans and all these cans used to have different ring pull. You used to have to hold the thing and pull the ring pull.
And pull it right off.
Yeah, and you could then send it to Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Yeah, my sister once asked my dad, "Could you pull my wrinkle?"
Oh, wow. Do you know the first time in this country we ever saw what we now consider to be the modern ring pull? The first time it was ever seen in this country.
Yeah.
Go on.
Could you tell me the story before?
Yeah.
Neighbours?
Yeah. Jason, loads of people wrote to Points of View complaining that they'd seen Jason Donovan open a can of soft drink with one hand. And they said, everyone knows it's impossible to open a can with one hand. You have to hold it with your left and pull the thing with your right. And that was the first time we'd ever seen those ring pulls.
Do you know why it's got the hole in it?
In case you swallow it.
No.
Okay.
If you turn the thing round, like the sort of key part of it...
Put your straw in.
Put your straw through it.
You know the holes in biros, in case you swallow it?
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
You know there's a little hole at the end? You get a biro. Do they still do
There's
it?
a hole in the lid as well.
Oh, they do that with the... Well, there's no hole in it anymore. But
No, there's a tiny one near the top.
Where?
Near the bit where your fingers go.
Oh,
No. Near the inky end.
Right, both ends are... What do you mean inky end?
The writing bit.
No, there's not. There's no hole. Where's the hole gone on biros? What if I swallow it?
Potential death trap.
Oh, there's a hole in
my
end. Bucket, dear Lila.
Ah.
Well, but has anyone ever swallowed a pen?
A whole one?
Yeah. Has anyone ever done that thing where you got a lolly in your mouth and you run in and you fall over? Because no, don't run with that.
No.
Well, why? Because you might knock your throat out. What? That can't have ever happened.
My mum stabbed herself in the mouth with a lipstick lid once.
Yep. That's your mum. He said the plane had landed and the seatbelt light came on. I stood up to get my suitcase, and as I did, the cockpit door opened and I noticed the can.
Hello?
I turned to my partner, Stephen, very modern, who didn't believe me at first, but then he noticed you could clearly see the Stella branding. Baby. That's what was going on in the cockpit. I'm going to do a whole show like this tonight. I've not used these for ages. I was shocked. I couldn't understand why there was alcohol in the cockpit. Oh,
what a grass!
Yeah,
you got there, didn't you?
Yeah, flipping it, mate. It's not like it's a car. It's not going to be, someone stepping out in front of it at 50,000 feet. You muppet. It was there the whole time we were waiting, so it wasn't like the stewards had placed it down while they were busy. It even had a napkin under it, which is how they serve drinks to passengers. So I'm a bit sceptical to whether it was there because someone had left it. Steve of Brackley, Northants, added, it concerns me that alcohol is even allowed in the cockpit, open or not. What should we do to the pilot?
Off with his head!
Here we go. Should make more use of these. The BBC paid 40 quid for me to have this app, just before they sacked me. Another 2 hours. Sorry, I'm slowing down, and we're going to go to the news. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It really is a very, very laid back Thursday, second half of the week at the very, very least. That much I can tell you. No phone calls lined up, so you could be the first in the next hour. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
We are the Village Green Preservation Society. God save Donald Duck, Vaudeville and Variety. We are the Desperate Dan Appreciation Society. God save strawberry jam and all the different varieties. Preserving the old ways from being abused. Protecting the new ways for me and for you. What more can we do? We are the Draft Beer Preservation Society. God save Mrs. Moss and good old Mother Riley. We are the Custard Pie Appreciation Consortium. God save the George Cross and all those who are loving them. We are the Sherlock Holmes English-speaking vernacular. Help save Fu Manchu, Moriarty and Dracula. We are the Office Block Persecution Affinity. God save little shots, China cups and virginity. We are the Skyscraper Condemnation Affiliates. God save Tudor houses, antique tables and billiards. Preserving the old ways from being abused. Protecting the new ways for me and for you. What more can we do? We are the Village Green Preservation Society. God save Donald Duck, Vaudeville and Variety. We are the Desperate Dan Appreciation Society. God save strawberry jam and all the different varieties. We are the Village Green Preservation Society. God save Donald Duck, Vaudeville and Variety. We are the Village Green Preservation Society. God save Donald Duck, Vaudeville and Variety. God save the Village Green.
So the Beatles were busy making Sgt. Pepper. The Who were in the studio with Tommy. And the Kinks are making an album called The Kinks Are the Village Green Preservation Society that sold about 25 copies and is a masterpiece. Although, if I may be so bold, I think the sequel to that, Arthur, is a significantly better album, as it's got the classic song Victoria on there, which I'm obsessed with at the moment. Good evening, dear listener. This is the Late Night Alternative. It's a late night phone-in show unlike anyone else in the world. I'm Iain Lee. Catherine Boyle is there.
Word.
You call up. It's probably free to call up. At the most, it'll cost you pennies because you'll speak to James. He will take your name and number and he will call you straight back. If you're waiting for the hook, the catch, the question, then I'm afraid there ain't gonna be one. You can just phone in and join the conversation. You can phone up about the heavy stuff. You can phone up about the light stuff. You can phone up about absolutely anything you want. The phone number is as follows. Are you ready? 0344 I'm going to need to get it wrong then. Hang on, let me try it again. Need to run up. 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Sally. Good evening, Sally.
Hello, lovely. You
Hello, Sally. Yes, we are good.
Good. Hello, Kath.
Hello, Sally.
Hello. Couple of things.
Yes, come on.
Only DVD that's still in the wrapper.
Yeah.
I was 22, and for my 22nd birthday, I got an hour-long DVD of the Blackpool Illumination.
Shut the front door! You did not!
Why? Did it mean something to you?
No.
No, nothing. I had never been to Blackpool before, but my ex-in-laws thought that it would be an appropriate gift.
For a 22-year-old, they dig that, don't they?
Flipping heck, that is awful. It's not one of those jokey things. Like there was a fad, wasn't there? That is even a channel, or there was a channel for like you get like a 2-hour video of goldfish or a fire.
Yeah.
Like a fire. Was it like that?
Well, I never watched it, so
oh mate,
it's still in the wrapper. But it wasn't the worst present they bought me. Then I got another one at Christmas, which was a deep fat fryer.
Yes,
and 3 bottles of 2-litre oil wrapped.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, the bad bit of this present was what?
They didn't get any spuds.
Oh, come on. That sounds wonderful. Deep fat. I would, God, I'd love a plate of chips done in a deep fat fryer.
I used to have one till about 2 years ago. And it was a little mini one from Lakeland.
Yeah.
It was only about 20 quid or something. I think someone gave me a voucher and I was looking around for something to spend it on. Oh, my goodness, right. If you're going to have chips. And they were amazing.
Yeah. So I'm sounding slightly distracted. I'm just trying to find some of the cast of Hair that I interviewed, because I'm going to tweet them to say that they're on. Cause
you don't recognise them with their clothes on, do you?
They're all kids. They were thrilled that some old fogey from the radio had come in to interview. I couldn't believe it. They're all children. Aren't they beautiful?
I've never seen it.
Oh, mate. Now listen, we've got tickets for 2 nights. I'm going to go for a third, definitely. We've got tickets for the press night and the gala night when Paul Nicholas is going to be there, Elaine Page, the lady who I saw once in a car park, and I can't remember.
Narrow it down, come on.
Patty Boulay. I tweeted, I think I've just seen Patty Boulay in a car park. People went, who? The thing is, right, we're on air those nights, and we've taken one night. I've got a week off in October. We might have a night off to go to this awards thing if Talk Radio can. They'll phone up and find out if we've won or not. And if we, that's how it works, guys. But we got a night off for Stephen Page. We can't take 2 nights off to go and see Hair the musical. So what the hell are we going to do? What the hell are we going to do, Boyley? Can we get, I wonder if I've got enough.
Could we swap? Could we let Julia Hartley-Brewer do this show and we do the 10 o'clock?
I'm wondering if I've got enough recordings of us talking so we can do, like...
Robo, Kath and Iain.
Yeah. I wonder if...
My name's David Babcock.
No, that's not...
And I got 2 on the knob.
I wonder if I've got enough here.
A message from Mr. Iain Lee. Take care, 'cause he cares.
I think...
Please don't go
in your boot.
I think we've got enough here.
And now, it's time to play Katie Hopkins Bingo with Iain Lee.
What? I think we've got enough that we can fudge an hour out of that.
Can we borrow Virgin's system and just like stack them up and press go?
Oh, it's my last it's my last Virgin show on Sunday, right? Because they didn't like the act, and that's fair enough. And I've had a great time, and hopefully I'll get to go back there. But I did get the phone call this week from my agent who'd spoken to one of the bosses and said, Iain, I hate to do this because I know the answer, but I've just got to check. You're not planning anything for the last show on Virgin, are you? So what, apart from an excellent quality phone-in, 3-hour phone-in with some great music and Coldplay? He went, yeah. I said, mate, I'm not going to do a Danny Baker. He said, you're not going to go and slag off the boss. I said, of course I'm not going to slag off the bosses. I work in the same building.
You work upstairs.
So that would be pretty tense. And B, do you know what? I was there for 3 months. I've had a brilliant time. I've had a lot of fun. It wasn't quite right for what they want at the moment. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. So... You know,
I enjoyed it. It was good.
I enjoyed it as well, but I guess those guys didn't feel it was right for them. Never mind. These things happen. We'll have a good show on Sunday 10 o'clock.
Oh. Well, I'll be watching. I might phone in.
Phone in, guys.
I will.
You know, it's so obviously what they don't want. So, for the love of everything, phone in. But I'm on 3 radio stations this week. I'm on this. I'm on Radio 4 on Saturday for IPM, and then I'm on Virgin on Sunday.
Gosh.
Saturday night I'm playing we sold out. Saturday night we've sold out. Me playing a radio in the dark in a book. We've sold it. We've got 37 people are coming.
Do you think it's because people think it's something kinky?
Well, I don't know. No frottage, please. I've got no idea what people are expecting. It's going to be me playing the radio for 45 minutes in the dark.
I'm hoping I can get a bit of shut-eye.
When people fall asleep, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. We'll see. Did we get to the point of your call, Sally? I can't remember.
Wait, no.
Oh, go on then.
We did. Right, okay. William G. Stewart has brought back some very good memories for me.
Yeah.
Used to watch 15 to 1 religiously in my house.
Oh, I used to play it with my flatmate Mackenzie. We'd play it. We would play it because it's a tough old quiz, 15 to 1. Do you remember the episode? There was a really weird episode once, and this is true, where one of the people after it had been recorded, but before it was gone out, he was a sex offender. And no, you didn't expect that, did you?
No, I did not.
And they pixelated him out.
What, so they still played it?
Yeah, they still played it, and he was like contestant number 3, and it was edited brilliantly because you would never have known a contestant number 3 was there. The camera sort of went past someone who was pixelated, and it was very cleverly done. But they still, and why shouldn't they show it? Because you couldn't see who it was. And why ruin the experience?
He didn't win, did he?
No.
That could have been awkward.
Why ruin the experience for the other 14 people?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I was. My dad always said that he wanted to go and do it, and that he would win. So anyway, a few years later, I'm like 13 years old. I'm watching 15 to 1. My dad's left.
Yeah.
And they're introducing all the contestants and everything. And then all of a sudden, there he is.
No.
And yeah. And he stood there. He's wearing a black turtleneck top, looking all tough, arms crossed, cocky and all this. And he got knocked out in the first round, answering a question about his beloved Liverpool, which is where he was from, and it was absolutely brilliant watching the cockiness and the delight drain from his face when he realised that the answer to his question was Liverpool.
I can't imagine. Well, I can imagine, but it is literally, it's all I can do is imagine. I've never experienced it. Losing on a television quiz show. I've always won. Always, apart from Come Dine With Me, which was I'll be honest, that was a complete and utter setup. No, the only reason I came, I shouldn't have won it, right? But I should have come third at the very, very least, not fourth, right? And the only reason I came last, and I'm still really, really bitter about it. I'm not going to I'm not going to lie, was because I first gave, the first one. You
were too generous.
The second one was Lembit Opik, right? And I couldn't stand the bloke. And I gave him a 2. And then afterwards I went, do you know what? I can't. Can we do that again? I'll give him a 4. And me giving him a 4 bumped him into third place. Unbelievable. What did he cook?
No, what did you cook?
Well, as you know, I'm an excellent cook. Homemade hummus, unlike Debbie McGee, who's shop bought. Here's where I went wrong, right? I cooked 2 meals, one for the vegetarians and one for the meat eaters. And for the meat eaters, I can't cook. I just cooked some nice little salmon thing. I should have done the same thing for everyone. It was spinach and cheese pie, the Greek recipe that my mother-in-law gave me, and we had Greek dancers round, and it was absolutely bloody awful. Hated that. Got paid a fortune. Hated it, and they said, you'll be finished by 11 o'clock at the latest every night, right? Not at all. Well, I didn't get home the night the night before the one I was cooking. I didn't get home till 3 o'clock, and then they come round at 8 o'clock in the morning to start filming. I don't believe it. And every night I got home about 2:30, 3 o'clock. It was hellish. Yeah. And my agent said, well, you never know what, because they kept asking me. I didn't get paid that much, actually. And they said, you never know what it might lead to. Well, what it might lead to was me hating myself for going on Come Dine With Me.
You should have done what the guy did. Do you ever see the one, it wasn't a celebrity one, but the guy who was so furious that his dinner had not been appreciated that he told them to stick it. Yeah. You've won. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Yeah,
now take your money and get off my property.
I saw that recently.
It was great because there's this pause and the two women look at each other and go, yay!
I mean, it peaked on that wonderful episode where I was at Absolute and we phoned up Channel 4 and said, can we get these contestants on? They said, no. We're not releasing these contestants to anyone to talk. So we just watched the show in great detail and worked out what town it was. One of them runs a carpet shop. We phoned them all up. The one where the drunk girl fell asleep. She's dead now.
No,
I believe that she died of alcoholism.
God.
I know. So it's terribly sad. But as television experiences go, she was obviously an alcoholic and she fell asleep. And there was a very camp. But it was just, I mean, it ended in tragedy. Obviously, years later, this poor woman died. But just the most incredible contestants.
You know, my kids are obsessed with Come Dine.
Sorry, with what?
Come Dine With Me.
Thank you.
Sorry. And they especially love, oh God, I can't remember what her name is. There was one in Birmingham, right, where this woman, I was going to say a big woman. She wasn't really. She was an average-sized woman. But she did belly dancing. And she sort of cooked, I think she cooked like Turkish or something, but she went to someone else's dinner and her bra started vibrating.
Whoa.
Yeah, she'd put a phone in her bra just in case anyone found up. And then she also confessed that she'd had chips before she came out in case she didn't like it. And my kids are always doing impressions of her at the dinner table.
Well, Sally.
Your bra's vibrating.
Sally, thank you for that. I appreciate your call. 0344 499 1000. Matthew Stevenson's trolling me, which is unusual because normally he's on my side. Didn't you lose on Pointless after you were racist? No. Yes, I was racist on Pointless. That is true. But we got through. Me and Cheggers got through to the final. We just didn't win the jackpot. We got through to the final. So you can stick that right up there, sunshine. James, stay there. Come to you in a second. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000. After midnight, you'll hear me hanging out with the cast of Hair. We were saying that young lady that we were talking about on Come Dine With Me, she took her own life.
It looks
That's
like
very
it.
sad,
It's what one of the reports I've read in the paper said.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Isn't it just? Good evening, James.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Kath. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. Am I that deep?
I need to do a really big fart. That's what's.
Can you do it outside?
Well, this is. I'm not going. I don't do it until you leave the room to.
Do you think I don't notice when I come back in?
That's irrelevant.
It's like walking through a butcher's curtain.
I'm just being honest. Is that steak pie we had? That was amazing pie, wasn't it?
I know. I'm eating it again.
Anyway, James.
Have we got a window in the studio?
Nope.
Oh dear. My thoughts are with you. A DVD that I've never opened.
Yes.
I don't know how long I've had it now. About 4 or 5 years. Belleville Rendezvous.
Oh, sorry. Has
it come out? Have you followed through?
Kath was annoying me by looking at me, and I was trying to get her to stop looking at me. So I chucked a pen lid at her, right?
Oh.
Right, but I was aiming for her quite ample forehead. But fair play, I got her right on the bridge of the nose. That's going to bruise.
Oh.
That is going to bruise. That's going to look like a punch. At least that's what we'll tell the authorities. Wowzers, are you all right, my darling? I can only apologise, and I'm saying this so that if it does go to court...
there's a record of it.
There's a record of me
He's
apologising.
actually giving me the V's while he's doing it and laughing.
James, yes, you were saying before Catherine rudely interrupted by putting her nose in the way of my pen lid. Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sitting there right now looking at a copy of this DVD. It's called Belleville Rendezvous. I think it's like it's a French classic. It's an animated French classic.
Oh, yeah, an animated French classic. Yeah. The only animated French stuff I've ever seen is Asterix, and that is...
It's not French, it's Belgian.
Well, even worse then. Even worse. I bet Katya's got all of them, all Blu-rays, double disc, director's commentary editions. I bet she has.
I think I was in a FOP or something like that a few years ago, And that's you get the rack of DVDs right by the
£3
till saying
they're all £3.
With anything else.
I took Catherine to Phillip the other day, and I've got an armful of stuff. And then I went, I'm never going to watch this. And I put it all back.
Yeah, it was there in front of me, and I thought, you know what, if I buy that, I'll look well classy, look at me with my French animation, and I've just never got round to it, and I probably never will, now you mention it.
Chuck it!
Oh, I can't do that.
Absolutely chuck it!
I'll feel sick again.
Chuck it!
No.
Thanks very much for calling, James. I'm making your life better. Chuck it, chuck it, chuck it. Oh, yeah.
Does it look like it's gone a bit swollen?
Yeah, it's gone a little bit, yeah. Yeah, it has a little bit. Oh, well, these things happen. Not passing comment, but I am slightly fascinated by the sacking of the Women's England's manager. That's all I'm going to say, because They just beat Russia 6-0 in a World Cup tie and he gets the sack. What's going on there? Something. Or maybe nothing. Who knows, for legal reasons.
I'm sure it will be explored thoroughly.
Yeah, oh yes. Maybe that was it. I'm sure it wasn't. I was reading this on Twitter. Foo Fighters fans fury at Duff tickets. Surely it should be Foo Fighters fan fury. No, they weren't fake tickets, were they? Foo Fighters fans. How do we make this better for them? Foo Fighters fans fury at Duff tickets. Foo Fighters fans.
At Festival Flim Flam.
It wasn't a festival. Well, you know what we're trying to do. That's your homework, dear listener. You can do it yourself. I read this on Twitter. Loads of people got turned away from the gig because they didn't have photographic ID. And it's that new thing now to stop touts. And here's the thing, it don't work. It's to stop touts is that the named buyer has to be present. But here's the thing, it doesn't work because supposing I bought you and your husband tickets for something, or supposing my wife bought me tickets, it's gifts. What about your parents buy tickets for their kids for
because
things?
They're expensive.
Or if I'm taking the kids to the Beach Boys, oh no, I can't go, and I give them to my missus so that she can. So it doesn't work. I mean, the hassle I had with those. Remember those Cat Stevens tickets?
Oh my! Yeah.
Hey, the hassle I had, and then we got it sorted out, and someone went in my place, but what a fool are we? Fans who spent hundreds of pounds to see the Foo Fighters were turned away from a concert in a row over invalid tickets. Gig goers with tickets bought from secondary websites were refused entry at London's O2 Arena as their ID did not match the name on the ticket. Yeah, but it's not just people who've bought them on hooky websites. It's not just that. It is, it's people, and if you went to this, I'd love to hear from you. It's people who give them as gifts, Foo Fighters, you buy them for Dad's birthday or something.
Or, like, as you said, say my sister's sitting on the phone lines for 20 minutes trying to get tickets through, she might get mine as well while she's on there.
My husband and his brother are among hundreds turned away, said a furious fan. Promoters SJM said fans that bought through our official box office had to agree they were buying named tickets. We did this to prevent tickets being resold at extortionate prices. Here's the thing. Those tickets, they were still sold at extortionate prices. The touts still got their money. This, and there's a problem with. I've bought tickets off touts before. I've very rarely have I done it outside a gig, but I've done it. And I've also, a couple of times I bought tickets from a hooky website. I mean, paid an absolute fortune. So I got 4th row tickets for Prince because I paid. I'm embarrassed to say how much I paid. I was showing off to my then girlfriend. I don't think we were married then. And I paid hundreds of pounds for 2 tickets in the 4th row of Prince. And it's a website that I've used a few times and they've always been great and there's never been a problem. And is it fair? Probably not, but this isn't the way to deal with it. Good evening, Andrew.
Hi, Ian.
Hi, Andrew.
Yo, Kev.
Well, mate, come on. If you're gonna say hi and yo, give it some spunk, buddy.
Yo, Kev.
Yep.
Well,
why are you so muffled?
Are you in a box?
I'm not muffled.
Yeah, you are.
Really?
Yeah. Are you talking through the sleeve of your jumper?
No. So you can't hear me?
I can hear you, but it's like you're hiding your mouth from the feds or something.
What about now?
Still. Do it again.
What about now?
Yep.
Let's. I mean, we could spend the next hour and a half, listening to you sound like you're talking like that.
Why don't we all do that?
Oh, Andrew, what have you got for us this evening?
Right, you asked me to call back from last week.
Huh? Did I?
Yes, because you asked me to remind you about the hide and seek.
Oh, yes.
And no, you haven't done it. You know.
Okay, so what? Hang on a minute. I'm just replying to Robin Ince. Robin Ince is going to come on the show to promote a benefit he's doing for guys. Anybody? Now, here's something for the hardcore Iain Lee fan. He's doing a benefit show for Barry Crimmins. Now, why does that name mean something to this show? Do you know, Andrew?
No.
Okay. Don't worry. Well, hardcore fans will know. Why does Barry Crimmins mean something to this show? Hide and seek. Yes. Can you phone up in a couple of weeks and remind me?
Oh, for God's sake. I've got an idea for an alternative.
Yeah, go on.
Why don't you get, you know, when the mazes you get in, like, Hampton Court and
Why
stuff
don't
like
you
that?
get the... Oh, yes, so go on.
Right. Everyone arranges to meet at a maze.
Yes.
Everybody goes in.
Yes.
10 seconds later, you go in after them, and you have to find them before they meet in the middle.
Well, that's no. But hang on, that would be. You know how to do a maze, don't you? You know, there's a cheat for every maze.
We don't tell everyone.
Well, everyone knows the cheat. You know the cheat for the maze, don't you, Catherine? What is it?
That you follow.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, but then everybody goes in, and then 5 seconds afterwards, you chase after them, and you have to get there before them.
No. I start in the middle, and they come in, and I have to catch. But I'm not allowed to stay in the middle. But I start in the middle, and then they have to. I tell you, a really good maze, because Hampton Court Maze is all right. It's not brilliant. There's a really good maze. We went there for my birthday a few years ago, and it's a castle. And I can't think where it is. They have like jousting tournaments there. When I went there, we went glamping. Oh, for my birthday in my tent. Gosh, now my family must love me. And we went glamping, and they had like a medieval festival on, but also, so the boys dressed up in armour, and then we watched jousting, and they did a bit of archery. But also there was a brilliant maze there, the best maze I've ever been in, to the point where after being in it for over an hour, I was getting really peed off that we couldn't find them, and it stopped being fun. And I saw someone in the middle because it was high up. And I said, "I'm sorry, mate, can you talk us into the middle, please? Because I'm losing the will to live here." And we had to get talked into the middle by some fella.
See, there's something in it.
No, I don't like enclosed spaces, and I don't like enclosed spaces with lots of people in.
Well, you obviously love them, Andrew, because like we said, you're in a box.
Hang on, Cass said she don't like them.
Yeah?
Right, okay. Hip, hip, hip.
Thank you very much. There we go. He's come. Thank you.
You can have him. He's a weirdo.
I want him.
He's a weirdo. He's a muffled weirdo.
How dare you speak about a hip hipster like that? He's not a weirdo.
Hip, hip, hip.
Sorry about that, Andrew. I do apologise, mate. But that's
problem.
what it's like on the dark side, full of cheap snipes and nasty innuendo.
It's all wrong.
Andrew, give us a call in 2 weeks about hide and seek, yeah?
Or don't bother.
I'm off that then anyway, so he'll phone up some random American or some Russian bloke and go, "Oh,
hip hip hip." Sorry.
What are you talking about? Oh, phone up and talk about hide and seek. Okay, well, let's hear about hide and seek. 0344.
Mr. Magoo.
Do you know what I was trying to do? Robin Day today. But it always ends up sounding like Brian Walden, because they played a clip of the first ever Question Time from like 1979 or something. I'm Brian Walden, and this is Sunday Politics with me, Brian Walden. So that's a spot on Brian Walden. That's one for the kids there. That's one for the 15. Get him to do his Brian Walden again. I'm Brian Walden. Good evening. Welcome. My name is Sir Robin Day. I can't do it. No. I should be able to do Robin Day because I can feel him. But I can't.
Oh.
So it's disappointing.
Oh, also disappointing for one person who cares. Asterisk. Asterisk.
Yes.
Was French, not Belgian.
Yeah, I know. I knew that. Everyone knew that.
So did Margot.
Yeah, thank you.
But no one else gives a toss.
No, because he's boring.
It is. Too much writing.
The Gauls.
Too much writing.
03444991000. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Leeds Castle in Kent. That's where there's an excellent maze that just did my nutted.
I will never go in it. Ever.
Do you not like mazes?
Just pointless. Just annoy me.
Here we go. If in doubt, if you, here's a tip. People ask me, people always, kids and young men and young women and old men and old women and some professionals, no names, no pact, as well, often asking me for tips on how to do engaging award-nominated radio.
Mm-hmm.
And I say very simply...
Ask Kath.
No. I say very simply, if you're struggling, go to page 8 of the Daily Mirror, because odds are they'll have a load of lists in there. That's what they do. Page 8, sometimes it's page 10, but generally page 8 of the Daily Mirror, they'll have lists. And a decent radio host can get a good 22 minutes out of a page of lists. And that's about exactly what's about to happen now. 03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. James will answer that call as soon as he feels up to it. Britain's movies and shakers. Movers and shakers, movies and shakers.
Yeah, see what they're doing.
UK Film Facts web launch. Not a lot of people know that. Well, actually, now we all do. Thanks to the launch yesterday of the British Film Institute's Filmography, the world's first complete and accurate record of UK cinema, anyone can be a film buff, or at least pretend to be. Fans can search filmography.bfi.org.uk and explore our movie history from the first UK film release in cinemas in what was the year was the first British movie release?
1912.
Close. 11.
Oh!
Here are just a few fascinating UK film facts. I'll be the judge of how fascinating they are. Here we go. Here we go. Most prolific actors, and it says actresses, but I'm just going to say actors because I'm a modern guy.
Yeah.
Most prolific actors of each decade from 1960.
Is the Mirror using a differentiation, is it?
Yeah.
Gosh, it's not woke like you.
No. Okay. So, who was the most... Okay, well, okay, we're going to say... Okay, who was the most prolific male actor? Who was the most, I guess, British? Who was the... This is a great question. You'll never get this. Who was the most prolific male actor of the... who was the most... Let me get the question out. Who was the most prolific British male actor of the 1960s?
Oh, Dennis Waterman.
Well, are you being a dick? What a stupid answer. That's pathetic. It's obviously it's a joke. It's not funny. It's stupid. I'm about to educate you.
Prolific in the fact that he used to sing all the theme. His work.
Right, your
output is amazing.
Here's the reason. Here's several. I'm going to come up with 3 reasons why you are a dick. 1, the 1960s. 2, cinema. 3, you're just a dick. Yeah? Andre will know. Andre?
Oh, God.
Yeah?
Who was the...
Who was what?
I'm going to ask you. Who was...
Okay.
I'm going to... Shut up. Who was... Okay. Who was... Yeah. Please. Who was... For God's sakes, man, button it.
Oh, I would stop repeating yourself. Get the question out.
Who was the most prolific British movie actor of the 1960s?
Oh, tough one. Movie or... telly as well, or just movies?
What did I say?
Movies.
Yep. So?
Leonard Rossiter. That's TV, isn't it?
No. Well, he was in... Leonard Rossiter, of course, was in 2001, A Space Odyssey.
No, he wasn't. He was in All Sorts.
Well, he was also in All Sorts, including 2001, A Space Odyssey.
Did I get it right then?
No.
Oh, Ian, listen, right?
It's someone similar?
No, not Dennis Waterman, the other fella.
George Cole?
Yeah, that's the one.
No, but that's a good guess.
But can I just tell you a quick story? And I've been keep laughing to myself today about the conversation we had last night.
I think someone's going to laugh about it.
Ian.
Yep.
Abu. Ian?
Hello?
It was a funny conversation, wasn't it? It tickled me.
I bet it did.
I wonder how they're getting on them pair.
I've got no idea what happened last night. Neither of you, probably.
Yes, you remember, Ian.
What?
Unless you had a few. Did you have a few on the radio?
No, I just tend to switch off when you call in. Like most of my listeners.
Yeah, but
I'm on fire tonight.
On fire.
Yes.
Ian, listen, right, it was a good conversation. I enjoyed it.
That's great news, Andre. Thank you so much. John Lemon and Iain.
Oh.
51 films. And the most prolific British female actor of the 1960s, Marianne Stone, with 62 films.
I'm going to have to Google her.
Yeah. Here we go. This is fair play. This is brilliant. Most prolific British actor of the 1970s in cinema.
Hoskins.
Peter Cushing, with 29 films. Most prolific female actor? Go on, you know it. The 1970s, you know it. You do.
Judi Dench.
Marianne Stone, 37 films. Who is this Marianne Stone?
Gosh.
She sounds incredible. Here's something. This can't be right. The most prolific British actor of the 1980s in cinema. This cannot be right.
Blessed?
Robbie Coltrane with 16 films?
No.
Let's name them. Nuns on the Run. He did another one with Eric Idle. Not Nearly Departed. That was Eric Idle's sitcom where he played a ghost living in an attic. Nuns on the Run. The Inheritance. The Heir.
Is it something about Stop or the Pope Will Shoot?
Stop or the Pope Will Shoot. I went to the pictures to see that. There was another one he did that was well, obviously there was another 14 that he did. The 1990s. It was Keith Allen.
What? That sounds like balls.
I don't believe that. I think this may be. Let's go to a break, and we'll reset the Daily Mirror page 8, and we'll see if it comes up with the same data. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Your nose is really.
Is it bleeding still?
The blood has congealed, but that is really that's a fine piece of work. Good evening, Raymond.
Good evening. I thought you could both help me out. You're talking about DVDs still on their covers.
Yes.
I've got flipping loads, so can we play a quick game of hit and miss, and I'll get rid of the ones that.
Oh yeah, we can do this. Rubbish. Yeah, go on.
God, they go back a while. The first one, Once Upon a Time in America.
Yes, good.
Oh, good. And I've had that over 10 years. Enemy at the Gates.
Chuck it.
Excellent. Capote.
Chuck it.
This is good. Babel.
Babel?
Babel or Babel? It's a
Babel.
Brad Pitt film.
But you can't even pronounce it. Chuck it.
Lost in Translation.
Oh.
Keep it. Oh, Kathy disagreeing.
When I watched it, I didn't really get it.
No, I liked it. Bill Murray's in it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay.
Although Bill Murray's new album sounds like a stinker. But anyway, go on. Yes.
Blood Diamond.
Chuck it.
The Hurt Locker.
Chuck it.
We Own the Night.
Chuck it.
Wow. Salmon Fishing in the Yemen.
Oh, for God's sakes. Chuck it.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Chuck it.
Oh, God.
That's
not yours, is it?
Would you just go and buy a load of crap one day? What is all this rubbish?
Sometimes I get given them as presents and stuff. So, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Hang on, which version? The new one?
No, well, yeah, because the old one was a TV series, wasn't it?
Keep it.
Okay. And you might have mentioned this recently, actually, if I remember right. My son bought me the San Andreas.
Oh, I love that. Keep that. It's a classic film. Is that The Rock?
Yeah,
The Rock, right? And there's the San Andreas fault, and basically California gets sucked into the ground and he flies a helicopter. Absolutely brilliant. The best of the lot. Watch that one first.
All right, excellent. So I've got rid of about 9 DVDs. Marvellous. Thank you for your help.
Absolute pleasure, buddy. That's what we're here for. That is what... San Andreas is a great movie. That, I'd love to go to a double bill of that and 2012, starring Jean Cusack.
Well, let me know if you do, and I'll take the night off and have a sleep.
Okie dokie. Right. So...
You're right.
I don't really understand. I'm trying to... Okay, right. Okay, this is a fun one. Right. Top 10 most featured characters in film. And I'm getting British films. Okay. The top 10 most featured characters in British films. We've got the top 12.
Okay.
Here.
Well, like the Queen. Is that what we talked about?
It says the top 10, but then we've got 12. All right. So at number 12, which Queen?
Elizabeth II.
She's number 9 with 12 films.
Right.
Okay.
Elizabeth I?
No, sorry, Queen Elizabeth I. It says Queen Elizabeth is in 12 films.
All right, well, they must be talking about second.
Right. Any other queens?
Yeah, Elizabeth I.
No, she's not listed.
Oh.
She's not listed. Any other queens? Like Victoria? I'm going to throw another pen lid at you in a minute, but this time my hand will still be attached to it. Queen Victoria is number 1 she's in 25 films.
Well, she was old. She did a lot.
You really starting to... You actually...
Go on.
All right. Okay. And joint number 1 is a man. My name is James Bond. James Bond, James Bond. I've got a license to thrill you with my penis, my Walter PPK, my Walter penis, and I'm going to make love to you, and then I'm going to kill you because I'm James Bond.
Is that George Galloway?
That's not George Galloway, guys. We all know that George Galloway sounds a little bit like this.
George, you're a fanny.
That's what George Galloway sounds like. No, it's James Bond. He's also in 25 movies.
Gosh.
Sherlock Holmes is in 24. I think Sherlock Holmes has got to be one of the dullest characters of all time. Smug, insipid.
He's not insipid.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yeah, yes. Bore him.
Opium addict.
Yep.
Genius.
I don't care about his private life.
Sociopath.
So you're playing a mug's game here, mate.
Why?
Well, if James Bond is in 25 films, right?
Yeah.
Then that means there's been a lot of James Bond films.
Yeah.
Right. So who else is in James Bond films, maybe?
Moneypenny?
Yeah. She's number 4. She's in 17.
M.
Yeah, he's number 5. He's in 16.
Q.
Yep, he's number 6. He's in 15. That's it.
Odd Job. That's my favourite.
The boys love Odd Job. There's a brilliant fight. I don't really know the Sean Connery Bonds that well because I always found them a little bit slow, and I didn't like the kind of the effects when he's driving and it's like a projection. I didn't really like that. But there's a brilliant fight between Connery and Odd Job in like some vault. And I watched it with the boys because they wanted, because we were playing a game. They had a hat. That was it. They had a hat and they were throwing at each other. I said, "Oh, there's a guy who's got a hat, and it's got razor blades around it, and he throws it and he chops off like statues' heads." And so then when we went to YouTube and we watched a bit of, we watched a little bit of Odd Job and stuff. But there's a great fight. Right, I've just been sent an email, and I've just seen it flash up. I don't know what it is. That will tell us how many tickets we've sold for our Hull show at the end of the month. Shall I look? Shall I do this on air?
No, it could be a right Debbie Downer.
It's not brilliant. It's not brilliant.
10.
Oh, it's better than that.
11.
12. So 12. I think the venue holds about 100. Now! So, guys, here's what I'd like you to do.
People of Hull.
I would like you to Google Cardamah 94, Kardomah 94, the rabbit hole. And even if you're not going to go, just buy tickets. Because honestly, I don't care if there are loads of people there. I just care that about the money.
Well, I kind of want good people to come.
If you want to come, that'll be wicked. We've not really been plugging the whole show. We've got what have we got first? We've got Scunthorpe first.
Yeah.
We've sold about 30 for that, so that's good. Scunthorpe, which I think is on the 1st of October. Sunday, the 1st of October, so that's just over a week away, isn't it? So, guys, come. And then we've got Brighton, where I think there's only 5 tickets left. Then we've got Hull. Then we got Wolverhampton. Then we got Luton. Then we got Belfast. It's all a punt. Here's the thing, because I do get a bit upset when I say, we've only sold 12 in a venue that's but then I remember this is all an experiment to see where we have an audience, and maybe we don't have an audience in Hull.
I went to see John Shuttleworth once, and there were literally about 7 of us there.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant.
For
an audience.
Have you finished Chris Difford's book?
No.
He talks about doing a tour, it's like a solo tour in maybe the 90s, and in America, and not many, handfuls of people going. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It'd be fun. It'd be nice to go to Hull. Anyway, we're going to do the show from someone's house on that Friday, aren't we? Was that the plan for Hull?
What, Hull?
For Hull, we were going to do that, not for Scunthorpe. For Hull. So we need to start sniffing around. So when are we in Hull? Hull, Sunday the 29th of October. So we've got a while yet.
Yeah.
Got a while to go. But so that means on Friday the 27th of October, if you live in Hull, I think I might have had a couple of emails about it actually from people. If you want us to come and do the show from your house in or around Hull,
yeah,
then invite us.
And we'll have to come a bit earlier, right? Because the boss has asked us to come and check the equipment earlier, because we had a bit of a hairy time in Manchester, didn't we?
Well, we did have a hairy time with the Wi-Fi, the broadband. Yes, we did. Yes. We also had a hairy time with children who didn't know what they were doing as well. Those two things combined created an exciting car crash, and it created an extra 15 minutes of George Galloway. That's what it created. We got there in the end.
And a late night phone call for the boss.
Hey, William's buying 3 tickets tomorrow for Scunny. Well done. Could you buy 3 for Hull as well, even if you're not intending on coming, please? Because 12 is a little bit rotten. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. What was the biggest grossing British film of 1997?
British film. Oh, that will be something like...
Go on.
Notting Hill.
No.
Bridget Jones.
That was 1999. No.
Oh, okay. 4 Weddings.
No. The Four Weddings was earlier, I think. I would say 4 Weddings was. I remember because I took a girl to see it that I asked out on the tube. 20. Oh, no, maybe that was 96. 4 Weddings. I would say 96. Maybe earlier. 94. James is saying. 1997. It was the Full Monty.
Oh God, yeah. Is the Full Monty the reason why people started taking their clothes off?
You can leave your hat on over your bollocks. That's what that was, isn't it?
And then there was...
Got to stop swearing on the show.
Then there was Calendar Girls. I'm going to need considerably bigger buns.
But that was based on a true story, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think the Full Monty could have been.
Louise is saying we can do the show from her house in Hull, so that's that sorted.
Have a look at her bio. Does it say that she's an axe murderer?
Let's have a little look. Her bio is, I'll get to that. She's only got 58 followers. And that always strikes me as odd. Let's look at her media. Let's see if there's pictures. Lots of GIFs. Lots of GIFs. No pictures of her. Oh no, hang on. Look, that's her. Let's have a little look at. Let's have a look at this. She's a young lady. Yeah, okay, we'll do it there. Yeah. I don't know. Thank you. By the way, if you want to email me about doing the shows in your house or anything, you can email me. Iain@iainlee.com is the email address. Know anyone with a wide face? You should keep a close eye on them, a study suggests.
Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
It claims people with broad, square faces have more relaxed attitudes to casual sex and are more likely to cheat. They tend to be wealthier and more attractive to potential partners, but there is a downside. Yeah, they cheat. You've told us the downside. They tend to be more aggressive and linked to unethical behaviour, prejudice, and psychopathic traits. Wowzers. According to the study in Canada, Dr. Carmen Lefebvre of University College London, who previously found...
You were revving up then, weren't you?
Wide face. I wasn't revving up, I was there. Who previously found... Hey, talk about revving up. We've got a minute. You outside your house this morning trying to get your scooter started.
I know, he was just coughing.
How long were you there for? 10 minutes?
About 5-10 minutes, yeah. I tried to YouTube in how to kickstart.
Couldn't start it?
Couldn't do it. And I was trying all the tricks that they'd showed me in the shop, and in the end I had to text you.
Yeah. And I said, you've probably flicked the switch.
The kill switch.
The kill switch, yeah. You went, let me check.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. There's a little switch that cuts the engine off.
Yeah.
But then I only know that because I did that on the A40 flyover, which is a very high flyover in London, very, very busy. It's like one of two main routes to come into London from the west. And I did that on the A40 flyover. For some reason, I just knocked it with my hand, and I was like, why won't it start? Why won't it start? Traffic was building up. Oh, it was terrifying.
Well, I let the kids sit on it yesterday, and I think they pressed everything.
Oh, kids fanny about with the buttons all the time. No,
and it's a big orange button it's asking for it.
Dear listener, what's going to happen after the news? We're going to come back. We'll have about 10-15 minutes or so. If you want to phone up and have a chitty chat, you are very, very welcome to do that. And then we're going to hear the what happened when I went to meet the cast, the young, beautiful, talented cast of the new production of Hair. And if you listen to the show, you know I absolutely love Hair. I'm Iain Lee, she's Catherine Boyle. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Me and Lucifer, Lucifer and me. Just like the angel that fell, vanished forever to hell. Today have I been expelled from high school heaven. Elevator going down, going down, going down. Everybody going down, going down, going down. This is my doom, my humiliation. October, not June, and it's summer vacation. Such a disgrace. How can I face the nation? Why should this pain bring me such strange revelation? Escalator going down, going down, going down. Everybody going down, going down, going down. Emancipation, proclamation. Oh, Dr. Lincoln, my head needs shrinking. Lucifer and me, doomed from here to eternity. Going up, going down, going down, going down. Everybody going up, going down, going down, down, going down, down. Oh, forgive me if I don't cry. It's like the 4th of July. Thank God that angels can fly. Down, 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 going down, 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 going down, 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 going down.
Oh, come on, guys. I love Hair so much. I love it so much. Such a thrill to go and see them rehearse. But give us about 10-15 minutes or so, and you'll hear what happened when I went and spoke to the cast and the team behind the new production of Hair, which is a few weeks away. And I don't avoid confrontation. I call out the director. I say to the director, hey, ma'am, we had the producer on the show. I did an audition for her. I didn't get a call back. What the hell is going on? It gets a little bit tense, if I'm completely honest. This has been the story that all phone-in shows have been doing today. So I'm not going to do it. There we go. I was going to be lazy. I'm not going to do it. We're fine. Everyone else. The one about the wedding and 150 quid, charging over 150 quid. Everyone's done it. Everyone's done it, so I'm not going to do it. 0344 499 1000. Here we go. Not everyone's done this story. Beatles widow Yoko Ono has sued a drinks firm selling lemonade called John Lennon. Oh, it's called John Lemon. I see what they've done. John Lemon. I see what they've done. Yoko, 84. Have you written the letter to her?
Mentally, yes.
Mate,
I know what I'm going to write.
I've been asking you for 4 years to write a letter to her because she will reply to you.
What do you say to her?
That we love her and will she come on the show?
Okay.
And say you've enclosed a cloud. So I've put a cloud in there.
I was thinking it might require me drawing a picture.
No, don't. No. You don't draw a picture. It's abstract. So, oh no, there is. I hope you enjoy this cloud that is in here. You have to open the envelope wide and shake it. There's free the cloud. There you go. It's fine. She'll love all that rubbish, isn't it? It's all rubbish. Yoko, 84 years old. Golly gosh. Who administers a late husband... Oh, they were married. John Lennon's. I didn't realise. Estate claimed his image was hijacked. She was upset the drink was promoted with an image of his round spectacles and the line, John Lemon, let it be. What? That doesn't make sense. And an online image showed a mural of the singing legend who was shot dead by a loner in 1980.
Was he? That never gets mentioned, does it?
No. Remember when we went to the spot where he was shot? That was a weird vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a very strange vibe.
But the building is odd.
Yeah, it's an evil building.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very dark energy coming off that building. And those strange, gargoyles, like hideous gargoyles.
Yeah, and the coach lamps.
Yeah, no, that was a weird place, that. That was weird.
Who else lived in there, aside from Yoko?
Oh.
Do you remember?
Well, I know that's where they filmed Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
Who else lived there?
Another famous celebrity widow.
Yeah. Can't remember.
Lauren Bacall.
There we go. There's a mural of the singing legend grasping a lemon tree. Yoko sent legal letters to the Polish drinks firm and their UK distributors. It's pretty lame, isn't it?
Yeah, it's taking the mick.
She threatened fines of £4,500 a day for hijacking John's image and ordered them to recall all bottles. The firm said it registered the name John Lemon in 2014, 2 years before Lennon's name was trademarked. But it avoided a an idiot. Well, it avoided a financially... Why do you want to drink a lemon drink anyway? What do you want a lemon for?
What, lemonade?
No, but it's... Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. But lemonade doesn't taste of lemons.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
That cloudy lemonade does.
Oh, yeah, that disgusting pap does. But, I found... Sorry, just going off on a tangent. I found the most... I think I might have mentioned this to you. I found the most incredible album release. I'm not going to play it all, but have a listen to this.
Okay.
Hang on, we'll start from the beginning. Listen to this.
Hi, this is Bill Cosby. I'd like you to pay close attention to this album because it's very important. We want to talk about amphetamines, cocaine, depressants, barbiturates, opiates, alcohol, tobacco, hallucinogens. We want you and your parents to give a listen. First of all, we want to talk about the downers and the uppers.
I bet you
want
to
talk
talk
about... Do you think
about...
it's fun
How small
to
are the
have to
children he's
take a
talking
pill
to?
or to sniff something or to snort something or to shoot something in your arm to make yourself feel, as a lot of people think, better?
No!
Now, one guy is going to describe how it feels for you to take a downer.
This is an album
and how it
called
feels
Bill
for you to take
Cosby
an upper.
Talks to Kids About Drugs.
Now, let's talk about...
The first comment this is on YouTube, right? The first comment is, how awesome would this album be to listen to while on drugs? I mean, and it's... this is as far as I've got, but...
So... you want to destroy them first. Or, if you have good sense, you'll take them, and then you'll give them to who?
The mother.
No, well, suppose you're in school.
The
Who would you give
teacher.
them? You give them to your teacher, right? Or if you're at home, you take them and you give them to...
Your mother.
Right.
Or your father.
And you say, somebody did what? Somebody
Gave
gave these... Right. So what we're saying is, no matter who it is or what it is, if somebody offers you pills or something like that, you're going to say,
they slip them into your drink.
Yeah. Yeah, what if they dissolve, Bill?
You don't want to take any candy or anything
or any
from
drinks.
Anybody you don't know. And even then, you have to look at it very carefully.
Yeah.
Suppose a friend of yours
Isn't it
came up and
weird?
it looked like candy, what would you do?
It's almost like a confession, isn't it? It's incredible. Very, very uncomfortable. I found that, I don't know, I stumbled across that the other day. Bill Cosby talks to kids about drugs.
They're
It's
too
an
little
album.
for that. I mean, my kids wouldn't know about
No.
injecting and snorting. Would yours?
No, well,
Not
maybe
snorting.
it's in their genes. I don't know. No, they wouldn't. No, of course not. You need to talk to little babies like that.
No.
Carol Camara, whose firm, Mr. Lemonade, distributes the drink to 100 UK cafes, said he initially thought Yoko's letter was a prank. He added, "The case was ludicrous, but we couldn't afford to fight her." No,
Wasn't
sir.
ludicrous.
You were trying to cash in. And fair play, you got a bit of publicity out of it now. You were trying to cash in on John Lennon. Of course, you know, if you're going to try and steal someone's trademark, don't make it with anyone connected with the Beatles, for God's sake. They're the most litigious people in the world. Yoko's legal team said John Lennon's heirs do not want his name being used for commercial purposes. A fair settlement was agreed and the company paid Yoko Ono about £9,000, which is not a lot. They were given 6 months to sell John Lemon stock. Well, there they go. They've done all right.
Do you know what? And she's not doing it for the money either.
No. Silly sausages. What is this? Actress... okay, it's a lady. Okay. Oh dearie me! I've got nothing, Catherine. If I'm honest, I'm struggling a bit. But I'm not going to do the story about people who charged £150.
I wanted to ask you about, what did you think? I told you yesterday, but I don't think you were listening.
Go on.
About the box of shame.
Oh yeah, go on. What was that?
Right. I was walking home with my youngest the other day. You know, my eldest now walks by herself.
Yeah.
Because she's going to a different school from the little one. Anyway, one of my eldest's friends was walking alongside us. I've never really spoken to him that much before. Really nice kid. Anyway, we was having a chat, and I think he was using me to cross the road safely, but that's cool.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him, and he was saying that his teacher has this thing called the box of shame.
Okay.
Right. Now, shame is something I'm really careful about around my kids, so my ears immediately pricked up. The box of shame is something she keeps in her classroom. If you forget something in her classroom, it goes in there, like a lost property thing, right?
Yeah.
But the shame comes when you go to collect it. She deducts house points.
Yeah.
You have to go in and ask for it back. Okay, so there's the bit of humiliation from the box of shame. It's actually got that written on it. And if you lose 3 things in a row, the whole class gets house points deducted.
But for losing what?
For losing, I don't know, leaving a pen behind or a pencil case or something.
Well.
Now, you know, I completely understand why they want to make children responsible for their belongings. But the box of shame seems a little extreme to me.
What do you think, Line 1?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, that's thanks very much for paying attention. What would you like to say? I agree with you, Catherine.
I don't know.
Hello? Sorry?
I just thought I've just come back off holiday and I thought I'd give you a ring, seeing as we're listening to you in the car.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
And I'm a little bit bored and I've got 10% on my battery left, so I thought, give Iain Lee a ring.
Hey, wow, man.
Use it up on you.
That's awesome. Where have you been on your holiday?
Lanzarote. Wasn't bad.
Oh, I've never been to Lanzarote.
Bit windy.
Yeah. Well, it's late in the season to be going, and it's nearly winter.
Mate, it's 28 degrees.
Yeah, I know, but still, why would you not go on holiday on a normal time, like I don't know, summer?
Because it'd be full of kids, won't it, screaming about and stuff like that.
Oh, bloody kids! Bloody kids!
Oh, you know it.
Are you literally coming back from the airport now?
Well, yeah, we've just gone under the Dartford Tunnel.
All right. Well, so it's not quite. And when are you back at work? Tomorrow?
No, next week.
Oh, mate, I was going to say, when will the holiday blues kick in? Well, it won't kick in until next week then. You're still on holiday, mate.
It's taking it easy, easy.
You're living, what does that, La Vida Loca, that's what you're living.
You should have come in. Anyway, when are you going to do a show in Boston?
Boston, Lincolnshire, I assume you mean.
Scunthorpe's in Lincolnshire.
Yeah, we're going to be in Scunthorpe.
No. That's too far for me to go.
You lazy git.
Should you do it in your garden?
It's further for us to go than it is for you.
Yeah, but you're doing it for the money. I'm doing it for
trust me.
not.
We ain't doing it for the money. Once we pay for our hotel rooms and petrol, and the money we got to pay the venue, I think we'll be losing money. We ain't making money out of this.
Oh, I did actually come to your first gig in London a couple of years ago.
Oh, did you? Did you really? Well, in that case, then you are one of our favourite people there ever was. But I'm afraid Scunny is where we're going to be, and if you can't be bothered to make it, then a pox on you.
Oh, feeling really bad now.
Good, so you should do. Go and buy a ticket and be ashamed. Be ashamed. So shame's a good thing there. I've shamed him.
We could have a box of shame.
Yeah, we can have a box of shame. Now that's a weird thing to do with kids, isn't it?
That rankles me. I take great rankles.
Okay.
Because I take great pains not to humiliate my children.
Yeah.
I don't want some stranger doing it. Surprise, surprise, it was a miss with no kids.
The first double beds on passenger jets have been launched by an airline. Qatar Airways has revealed Q-Suite, which has 2 seats reclining flat and partitions to create a private room for rumpy-pumpy up in the air. Wave your dick in the air like you just don't care.
As if you're not dehydrated enough. They're going to be hollow husks.
I'm on a plane. Oh, I'm having sex on a plane.
Snakes on a plane.
Up to 4 passengers can also transform their seats into a den for an orgy. For a sex orgy party. Q-Suite has been launched on daily Boeing 777 flights. I've flown first class Qatar Airways once. Absolutely incredible. Wow.
Are they the ones where the cabin crew look like I Dream of Jeannie?
Mm-hmm. Yes, master. The airline's Jonathan Harding described the new sleeping pods as revolutionary. He said, "We have the first double bed in the sky, so people travelling together are able to avail themselves of that."
Dirty.
That's dirty. That's never appealed you because you do it anywhere, don't you?
That's not true.
Oh, come on, Catherine. How many people in this room have done it outside? Hands up.
You have.
No, I haven't.
You told me you have.
I've not done it outside.
Yeah, you have. In someone's garden.
Oh, I started and then I said, "Can we please go inside?" Because I'm finding this. No.
If it was in, then you were.
Jesus, come on. Even by this show's standards, that's a little bit.
Well, don't try tarring me with that brush. When you're holding it yourself.
Dear listener, we're going to have a little break. Then when we come back, you are going to hear the recording that I made. When was it? Was it yesterday? I did it. Yeah. I guess time is so elastic at the moment for me. Yesterday, when I went to see the rehearsal for the new production of Hair, the 50th anniversary. I'm going to be honest. A significant portion of this package is me being lost in a building. That's how it starts, right? So kind of how it goes on for quite a long time. But I think you'll enjoy it. It's on the production's going to be on at the Vaults in London, and you Google Hair 50th anniversary ticket, you'll find it, and it's a really small venue, so it's going to be intimate, but they're not holding back on the songs or the staging. It's going to be absolutely top notch, and I saw them rehearsing and. Incredibly talented cast, and I'm a huge Hair fanboy, so I'm thrilled. So we'll have a break. Then when we come back, you'll hear the recording that I made yesterday when I went to visit the cast of the new production of Hair.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
Ah, dear listener. You know me, I love the musical Hair. There's simply... Not today, thank you. I'm off to see the cast of Hair. There we go. Thank you, man. There's a very nice young chugger there. Anyway, if you know anything about me, you know that I love the musical Hair. I think it's awesome. I've seen it a handful of times. I've got, I think, about 8 different versions of the soundtrack, including the one in German that may or may not have Donna Summer on. And it's superb. It's the 50th anniversary of Hair this year, and there's going to be a production of it in London. I think it's at the Vaults, which is like a really nice, intimate theatre. And I have been invited along to the rehearsals today to see what is going on and just to see how things are taking shape. And if I'm honest, I'd like to know why I didn't get a call back, because when I performed Frank Mills on the radio show to one of the producers, despite the nerves and despite the lack of preparation, it really was, I think, 5 stars, a 5-star performance. And yet I never got a phone call asking me to be in it. So we'll get that sorted today as well. Now we're heading off to the Poor School Drama Theatre, which is in London's King's Cross. Used to be London's naughty King's Cross, but it's not naughty anymore. Here we are, the Poor School, very famous. Poor School entrance is through brown metal gates left of the building and down the alley. Right, very famous drama school. I am going down an alley. I am going down an alley. Let us see. The Poor School reception. Right. Where's the way in? Where's the reception? Do you know? No. You don't know, do you? Right. I'll have a little...
Upstairs. I'm not quite sure how you get to upstairs.
No, I don't see...
Oh, is that it?
That takes us upstairs. I'm going to go up there.
Yeah, it used to be upstairs.
See where it takes us. Thank you. No. God, I'm a little bit scared. There's a bar. I'm going to be honest, I'm completely lost. What's in here? Nope. Going down the other side of the building to see where that takes us. I'm lost. Sorry, you don't have to get to reception, do you?
Yes.
Ah, good. I'm lost. I've left a trail of breadcrumbs so I can find my way back.
Yeah, you're not the first.
Right, sorry to disturb you.
So it's basically just straight up there.
Oh, it's up there, is it?
Yeah, straight up, and you'll see, if you keep going, you'll see the desk in front.
Yep, brilliant, thank you very much. Oh, I walked past it. Well, I hope this is exciting listening for you. It's a bloke getting lost. Well, this is it. It's not a desk, it's a bar. No. I'm going to have to look at my phone because this could go on forever. Hello. Hi. I'm sorry to disturb you. I'm looking for hair.
It's in there.
Is it in there?
Yeah.
I'm Iain Lee. I'm here to kind of fanboy out a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
I love hair, man.
Do you?
I love
it. It's a good one.
There you go, look. I'm good, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Sorry.
This is our director, Iain Lee.
Hey, man. How are you? Nice to meet you. I'm good. Nice to meet you,
Jonathan
too.
O'Boyle.
Oh, fantastic.
And they're just doing a musical, which is completely perfect.
Brilliant.
It's tweeted going, we're looking forward to Iain Lee joining the tribe.
Oh, I can't wait. What time are we taking our clothes off?
Well,
because I'm ready.
For the radio.
I'm ready.
Obsessed with that.
I'm not obsessed with that. I love it. I love hair so much. Absolutely. I've got about 8 versions of the soundtrack. Wow. Yeah, I love it. So this is a real thrill for me.
Do you want to listen in? I mean, and if you want to have a quick chat with Jonathan, if you wanted to record, that's great as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Would you be up for that? Well, shall I have a quick chat with you and then can I sit in for a bit?
Yeah, of course you can.
And listen, is that okay? So, Jonathan...
Do you want to go in here?
Let's go in there, I'll follow you. I've been all around this building trying to find you guys. You're very well hidden. No, I know.
It's hard to... Because the entrance is weird and that...
The entrance is weird and then I got confused and...
Well, I did.
The floor it's falling apart. Well, someone's bought the building, so it's been knocked down and rebuilt.
Oh, is it?
Oh, but still for the same purpose?
For a drama school.
Okay.
A different drama school.
Well, that's a shame. I like these old kind of... I mean, this has been here forever, hasn't it?
These floors are worth a fortune. They're like 40s parking flooring. Anyway,
Jonathan,
yes.
Let's talk about hair. You are directing. Give your full name, please, sir.
Jonathan O'Boyle.
Okay. Why? What? Because I care a lot about hair, so I want to make sure you're going to do a good job, sir. Give me your potted CV, please.
My potted CV. Okay. So I trained as an actor.
Yeah.
At Central School of Speech and Drama, and then I retrained as a director, and I spent a year assisting Daniel Evans at the Crucible in Sheffield.
Wow.
And then I moved to Chichester, where I was there for a year. Yeah. So I've assisted there a bit, and I've worked a lot at the Young Vic and.
Okay, you pass. You pass. You got it.
But also my own stuff as well. Around
Tell me about hair. Why are you doing hair?
So we did hair last year in Manchester at a new theatre called the Hope Mill Theatre, and their remit was to sort of reinvent musicals for a new audience in Manchester, and this was their second show, and they wanted to do quite an original revival of a big show that hadn't been done for a while, particularly in Manchester. I'd loved hair since I was a kid. I'd listened to the soundtrack, never seen the movie or seen it on stage, but loved the music.
You can skip the movie.
Skip the movie. Skip the movie. So we sort of came to that conclusion that would be a great thing for us to do, and then the audience in Manchester adored it, and the way we've done it, it's a much more intimate, 3-sided space. It's not an end-on environment, so it's a bit different to the recent revival that was on in London, the Broadway revival. So you sort of feel like you're part of the action, really. You're sort of the side rows are on stage, and it sort of feels like a big festival, Woodstocky sort of environment. So it's different.
It's the perfect musical for that, because the thing is, I think that everyone knows Aquarius and Let the Sun Shine In, but there are probably more songs that people are familiar with, but don't realise that they come from hair. And I mean, I've seen it a few times, and it's always had that kind of feeling that you're in something, because the audience, the cast come out for the famous bit where they strip off, but also at the end everyone's invited on. But the way you're describing it, that sounds even more immersive.
Yeah, so we have those elements as well. It's always about the audience, this show. I think if you don't include the audience from the get-go, you've kind of failed, because it's a celebration of music and life, really. So we do that, but you're right, we have the audience as part of that from the get-go.
I spoke to the producer, I can't remember her name. Katie. She came on my show. I'm going to be honest, I performed Frank Mills for her. And I thought it was, it was very topical because it's a bloke singing it. That's quite a modern take. I thought it was quite powerful. I'm just wondering why I didn't get a call back, and I just wondered what that was.
I had no idea that happened. Sorry.
Right.
She must have.
Right.
Made the cut.
Well, let's just say, if anyone drops out, I know this thing backwards, man. So it must be a thrill. Are you nervous about it, though? Because it's 50th anniversary, so it's kind of getting a lot of attention anyway. Perhaps more so than if it were any other year. Are you nervous about it?
A little bit. I think not nervous about the show, because I think the show has lasted this long. I think, the show exists. What we're excited about is what the audience in London are going to make of it. Because there's not really been a production like this where, we are setting it in the 60s. It is sort of a historical look at the show with, the odd modern reference and tweak. But, we're sort of excited to see what happens, really.
And you've got big names coming as well. People who were in it, people who wrote it are coming.
Yeah, because the opening night is a week before the actual date of the 50th anniversary of the original Off-Broadway. So we've got a gala on that date on the 17th of October, which is exactly 50 years since it opened. And we've got the original London cast coming, Elaine Page, Paul Nichols, so some great people that...
Let's correct Paul Nicholas. Paul Nichols, of course, is the young lad that was in EastEnders, I think. Don't worry. You've got a lot on you, and Paul Nicholas to come in. who's an absolute legend, Paul Nicholas.
Yeah, he is, and both of them are. I mean, of course. And particularly Elaine Page, she's been really supportive of us on her radio show, so she keeps plugging it and stuff.
Good. Can we... They're in there rehearsing. I'm getting wafts of it. Can I go and listen to them?
This song that you're going to listen to is called Hippie Life, which has never been in any version before.
Oh, okay. Because there were quite a few songs that never made the cut, weren't there?
So this one was written for the film and was cut. And it's sort of been in drafts but never been on stage. Wow. So we sort of got a little coup there, really.
Oh, fantastic. Let's go and have a listen, man. I'm genuinely thrilled at this.
This is Will, choreographer.
Hey, Will, I'm Ian. How you doing?
Will,
nice to meet you.
Yeah,
what a thrill. What a great gig this must be for you, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's really exciting.
I might introduce you, is that all right?
Yeah, please do whatever you... Iain Lee. From Talk Radio.
Hey, everyone, this is Iain Lee from Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. I love hair, and I'm almost old enough to have seen the original, but not quite, and I'm just here to kind of watch and have a chat with some of you a bit later on, if that's all right. Yeah. And I'm thrilled like a proper fanboy, so I'll just sit quietly out of your way. Brilliant. I'll just loiter, shall I? When they have a break, I'll go. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah. Thank you. Very kind. Thank you. So we're in the rehearsal room. Everyone's sat in a semicircle rehearsing the song, and it's kind of decked out in wonderful hippie garbs, and it looks. It just looks fantastic. How exciting to be this close to it all. And they're rehearsing this song that wasn't in the original production. It was written for the movie, got dropped. And what's funny is they'll all be rehearsing a line each, and then when they put it together, it's just this huge, epic sound. I love it. God, I'm excited.
How I love my hippie life. What a far out dream. In my heart is love for others, all my sisters and my brothers. How I love my hippie life. How I love my hippie life. Barefoot on cement. Barefoot on cement. Brother, can you spare a quarter? Can I share some marijuana? Oh, we're gonna change the world, at least we're gonna try. We're gonna take this slow-down world and make it high, high, high. Lift it up to see the light. Lift it up to see the light. Open up its heart. Try to end this stress and strife. Turn it on to hippie life. How I love my hippie life. How I love my hippie life. What a far country. We're gonna spend the drinking water. Peace is just around the corner. Oh, we're gonna change the world. At least we're gonna try. We're gonna take this slow-down world and make it high, high, high. To see the light.
Hey, man.
How are you?
Full name, please.
Andy Coxon.
And you're Burger?
I am Burger, yes.
This is incredible. This is incredible,
isn't it? It's exciting, so exciting.
Tell me about the auditions for this. What were the auditions like for this?
Well, I was lucky enough to work for the company in Yank at Charing Cross the same company had done hair in Manchester ages ago, and the transfer was announced and I was called in for it. While I was doing Yank still, got the job.
Wow.
Finished Yank 5 weeks ago. Went away and then straight into it.
This is a rarity, an actor that's constantly in work. This is incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you, I've been very lucky.
Well, did you study anywhere, or...?
Yes, I went to Mount View.
Okay, right. Yeah, very nice.
7 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah, long time.
Old man. This is brilliant. Were you aware of hair before you came in, before you got the part?
Absolutely. I saw, first time I saw it was the Broadway transfer in 2009 or 10, was it?
Like that,
I was at college during that. That was special.
I took my mum to see that, and my mum's in a wheelchair, right? So she gets to sit in the aisle seat. Oh, yeah. And there was the lovely bit when everyone strips off, and this bloke came towards my mum, and she's sat there, and the fella puts his leg up on the balcony bar, and literally, and I said, Mum, how was that for you? She said, I've not seen one of those in years. So the fond memories of that evening, if it's slightly weird.
Yeah. We're going to be even more intimate than that.
Really? Oh, this is
because it's the vaults. You've got so it's in thrust. You've got three sides as an audience.
Well, it was in thrust the night my mum went. I'll tell you.
Thrusting everywhere. Yes. So on the sides of the stage, we've got 2 rows on turf. It's all going to be.
This is incredible.
Very immersive. So those 2 rows, I think they're the expensive seats.
Okay.
They will get the full experience, and they'll see it. I mean, where you're stood to me now.
I was unaware of the vaults until this, and I've been looking at pictures and videos. It looks like an amazing venue.
It's great. I saw a play there last year. It's amazing. Amazing space. They put on amazing things. So this is going to be perfect.
I just heard you rehearsing then.
Yes.
Right. And I'm going to be honest. Where does this huge voice come from? You've got this amazing voice, man.
Yes,
and you're very softly spoken, but this sound that comes out of you is incredible.
Well, I'm softly spoken because I've been singing all day. So I'm trying to preserve it. I have an audition in a moment, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
I'll go off somewhere else. But it's just vocal health. I'm trying to keep it up. It's a big sing. It's a marathon. Act 1 is just non-stop.
It's relentless, isn't it?
So yeah, I'm trying to just train myself to get it all healthy and happening.
So give us the names of some of the songs that Burger does.
Burger sings Donna, Going Down, Hair, and now Hippie Life, the brand new ending, which was written for the film originally. It's in the credits, it's not in the actual film, and we have been given permission to put it in the show. It's an exclusive. We've been working with the writer, James Rado is still working with us. He's been giving us rewrites, so there's new scenes. It's all special. It makes
to a fanboy like me, that's like releasing the director's cut. That's incredible.
And it's going to be very special. It makes it make more sense, but still in that crazy world. It just takes it to another place where the entire audience will be able to follow the story.
We had on the show, we had Galt McDermott on, who did the music. Now he's a very, very old gentleman, and he's very forgetful. So he had his son with him, I'd ask him a question, he'd say, "I don't remember," and his son would go, "Yes, you do, Dad. It was this, and this." But he is thrilled, as James must be, that the 50th anniversary, this stupid, strange show that should never have been a hit, and it shouldn't, But you compare it to all the stuff that was on Broadway at the time in '67. It was weird that this took off and became a phenomenon. But they're over the moon that it's still being done.
It changed the world. It changed everything about the theatre world. I think when you watch the show, because every song on its own is a different, what's the word I'm looking for? Different genre. So you can hear current shows from today in those shows because it's obviously had the influence through the years. 50 years, it's still amazing, and it's still so poignant, the storylines, everything that's happening that hippies were fighting for, they're still fighting for today. We are still fighting for it.
Oh, man.
Everybody.
With the imminent threat of destruction, I believe the world is supposed to end on the 23rd of September, so...
Oh, is it?
Apparently so.
Damn it, it's before we open.
according to the internet and the freaks on there. Hair... Donna, 2 huge hits. Going Down is one of my favourite songs from the show. I love that song. Do you feel the weight of responsibility on your shoulder, young man?
Do I feel the weight of responsibility? I'm just enjoying it.
Good.
I'm not even thinking about when we open. I'm just loving creating this world. Everyone that is with us from Manchester has been so welcoming to us new folk, and it's just become... We've created a life and a world that we can just get lost in. So I'm hoping that that's the way it goes once we're in the space, because the only way I'm going to be able to do it all is if I'm just lost in it and just keep going, because it's so relentless in a good way. But I don't feel the pressure. I just want to enjoy it, and then I know other people will enjoy it.
That's the joy of it. Your family must be proud of you, eh?
Yes, they are. They're very supportive. Very, very supportive.
Hey, listen, man, I wish you the very, very best of luck. I'm coming to see it. I've got at least twice. I suspect I may be coming more because I love it. I'm so thrilled. So I wish you the best of luck with it.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Those voices back to the floor. Very organic. Very.
When the moon.
Here we go.
You all right? You got your breath?
Yes, just about.
What's your name?
Shekinah.
Now, you have got an amazing voice.
Thank you.
I was watching you when you do the first few lines of Aquarius, don't you?
Yes.
Man alive, you can sing!
Thank you very much. You got it from my mom.
Was your mum a singer?
Yes.
Was she?
Yeah, she's a gospel singer in my church.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. How do you feel about being in here? I love Hair. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is why I'm here, because, you know, this is, to me, is just one of the greatest musicals ever. How do you feel about being in it?
I absolutely love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. It is, you know, it's a show for... It's so much freedom as a performer and... you know, as my character on stage and as me, Shekinah, so it's great.
Who are you in London?
I play Dion.
Okay.
So I get to do all the big belty stuff. You know, make everybody feel good, say good amen. And
I've just watched you doing like 20-minute dance rehearsal. How the hell can you even talk and stand at the moment? I was sweating and feeling out of breath just watching.
It's a stamina thing. You kind of pick it up when you're in the room. Just kind of keeping it all together.
What songs have you got?
What I sing for me? Obviously, so Aquarius. Yeah. I have a part in Ain't Got No. Yeah. I've got White Boys and a part in Walking in Space, 3500, Let the Sun Shine In. You know, it's just the list goes on. The
list goes on and on. How do you? Here's an interesting question, because there's some of the songs from here I can't play on the radio anymore because the language that was appropriate then is not really appropriate now. You mentioned White Boys and Black Boys, kind of. How is do you feel about singing all this kind of stuff?
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, good.
It's great that we've got one girl singing Black Boys and obviously me singing White Boys, so we kind of show a love for both sides. So, it's all about loving everybody and loving somebody. So.
Yeah, exactly. This is what the thing is about. I've seen this show so many times. I'm so looking forward to your production. And I love the fact it's quite a tiny performance space, the Vaults, isn't it?
Yeah, it's immersive. It's close. The audience are right there with us, so...
Immersive, that's the phrase.
That's the word.
Not tiny.
No.
It's immersive.
Yeah.
Are you doing the nudie scene?
Yes.
How are you feeling about that?
I say nervous, but, in the context of the show, it works. And it is done so tastefully well. Jonathan, our director, has just kind of made it work. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, no, looking forward to it. Golly gosh. It always makes, as an audience member, it always makes me so nervous, that bit. It just does.
Well, you say that, but I've spoken to a few people and they're like, 2 seconds it started, and then it's just the thing. You get caught up in the moment.
It's the thing that people that haven't seen the show know about, and then actually when you've seen it, you go, oh, all right, that was it, right. It's not that big a deal. It's not it's not...
No, definitely not. It plays a part in the story, definitely. It shows the connection between the tribe and Claude. Yeah. But it's not the story. It's, there's more to the story than just that scene.
Is Mum coming?
No.
She's not coming?
No.
Because of the nudity?
Yes.
Moving swiftly on. How long have we got until it starts? It's only a few weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, so we have 1 week of tech, and then we start previews from October the 4th.
You feeling good?
Yes, I'm excited.
Honestly, I swear to God, when you that song, the new song, Hippie Life, and I know that you're all a bit reluctant for me to tape it. Well, we're literally just learning it. If that's you learning a song, Jesus, it's going to sound incredible. I mean, the Aquarius that you did was just wonderful.
Oh, thank you very much. Definitely, Hippie Life is my favourite song on the show.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's it breaks down the wall of performer to audience. They get to see Shekinah now instead of just Dion. Yeah. And it shows. I do love my Hippie Life. This is my tribe, so I just love them. And so it's just a lot of fun.
Wicked. Listen, I wish you the very best of luck. It's going to be fantastic. Do you get very quickly, because there's the gala performance, right, where you got James Rado, who kind of wrote the story, and you've got people like Paul Nicholas and Elaine Page, and people that did this literally 50 years ago today. They would have been rehearsing this or getting close to it. Do you get nervous about stuff like that more than kind of your usual performance?
You know what, it's not nervous at all. I just finished another show with Peter Straker, who was the original HUD. So I've kind of spoken to him about it and kind of found out his experience, and I'm just excited to meet the people from then and kind of talk to them about their experience and share mine.
I wish you the very best of luck. I will see you in a couple of weeks.
Indeed, and I hope you enjoy.
Thank you very much, everybody. I'm off. It sounds amazing, man. It sounds amazing. I'm going to grab my bits and pieces. I wish you all the very, very best of luck.
Thank you very much for coming.
Just remember, though, if anybody feels... Shall I give you my phone number in case someone feels sick one night? I can... I will come in and do Frank Mills at a drop of a hat. Yeah.
Are you taking your clothes off?
Oh, mate, I do it every night before I get into bed. So I I will happily help out. I wish.
We're going to join the tribe.
He's still waiting for the producer to phone him back.
I did an audition for her, and she never called me back. That's rude. That's just bad.
That is rude.
That's bad manners. Best of luck, everybody. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you. Well, there we go. Yeah, they're not bad. Oh, thank you.
See ya.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Yeah, those guys aren't bad. I think they've got something going for them. That sounded incredible. Loved it. Can't wait to catch me some of that. Interesting that young lady's mum won't be going because of the nudity. Anyway, that is Hair. It is happening in London, and it's going to be awesome.